Hailing frequencies are open, and welcome to our one-shot Halloween episode of B.P.R.D. We're playing in the Hellboy universe tonight using the Outgun system here with the StreamPunks. This is, of course, the Halloween week, which we always reserve for spoopy episodes, as we've tried to do every single year, and it's nice to be back to doing another one. So before we kick things off tonight and jump into our game, do we have any announcements that anybody wants to make before we kick things off? Yes, Caitlin.
My newest GeoGuessr VOD is not up yet. It probably won't be up till later this week because I was working on stuff for this month's episode of the Tonight is a Night Show, which comes back for our monthly episode on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. It's the sort of a knockoff parody of a night show, comedy show, sketch show that I do with a bunch of my friends. This month's guest is Lilith Walther, who did the Bloodborne PSX, which is like a demake of Bloodborne. She made her own version of it, and then a game called Nightmare Cart. But yeah, she does a lot of like video game dev and development and stuff like that. The interview is very, very cool. You should all check it out. That's over on the Deluxe Video Drift channel Wednesday night, and then the VODs will go up shortly after on our YouTube channel.
All right, sweet. Oh, yeah. Anybody else have any other announcements they'd like to kick off? Yes, Jake.
Tomorrow there'll be a new episode of whatever the hell I'm calling the show that I'm doing, which is going to be a breakdown of another Pathfinder 2nd Edition class, where I'm kind of going back and doing stuff like Game Gorgon back in the day, but solo. So that's going on. I would also encourage people to go back and watch a video that Sam and I made, I want to say like a year ago, where Sam and I discussed our opinions and thoughts about Bloodline. And then I want you to then go to the reviews and tell us how close we were.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. As much of a fan as I am of the World of Darkness, I really am just not interested in buying it.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my two things I wanted to talk about. Is go tomorrow there'll be a new episode, and go watch that.
All right.
Yeah, go watch that. It'll encourage Jake to do videos with me again.
Yes. Look, since I have been having a lot more free time on my hands as of late, I have been trying to be creative, you know?
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any announcements before we kick this off?
Yeah. On Wednesday, over on Table Story, that's TABLESTORY, at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be in the premiere of a campaign called the Department of Unsolved Mysteries, or DUM. If you want to check that out. If you enjoyed shows like Warehouse 13, Gravity Falls, Control, if you like the video game Control, and Alan Wake, there's that kind of mysterious, weird vibes. If you like the SCP Foundation as well, if you like that kind of stories, check out this. It's going to be very, very fun. It's a long-term campaign. It's going to be a very fun long-term campaign. It's a ton of fun. We had like teasers and ciphers hidden inside each of the trailers we released, and the community broke it down, figured out who the cast members were from the ciphers that we hid in there. It's really cool. And we're going to have a lot of that during the actual game as well. So if you like that kind of puzzle solving, check it out over on Table Story, 3 p.m. Eastern, every Wednesday.
I have to ask, what system are you guys using?
We're using a system that the GM is actually running themselves. It's called Otherworld.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really cool.
I love that genre, and I just am always just disappointed with systems that it's really difficult to find systems that fit that. So I'm like, when you tell me that, I'm like, ooh, what's the system I must know?
Yeah, they're working on the system. I'm the same. Like I've tried Delta Green, I've tried Triangle Agency.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Well, yeah, we talked about this. We like this kind of stuff. We don't know what system to use for it. But yeah, I'll let you know.
All right. Well, thank you, Jack. Anybody else before we kick this off? There's only one person left, really. Got anything, Sam?
Nope.
Just undying hatred, burning loathing.
No burning. I'm afraid of fire. Thank you.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Well, in that case, to give you guys some background on what we're playing tonight, we are playing a game that is set in the Hellboy universe, specifically focusing on the B.P.R.D. For those of you who don't know, the B.P.R.D. stands for the Bureau of Paranormal research, and defense. So it is an independent agency that basically protects the Earth from the baddies that either being summoned forth or brought into the world in order to destroy and do bad things in general. But the agency not only boasts typical human agents that are good at investigating and unraveling the plots of supernatural, but it also has a small contingent of supernatural agents themselves. And every now and then, a supernatural agent will sign up and join up with the B.P.R.D in exchange for resources, training, and wanting just to do good in the face of all the darkness out there. So tonight is going to be set in that universe. The premise behind the game is our agents here that you have this evening are all rookie agents. And Drac, I just realized I still need to get you just changed your character name, and I need to just write it down. Don't.
I put it in the Discord,
Discord.
chat.
Okay. Let me just get this written down real quick. Okay, you put it in the
Put
Discord.
it in the video chat too.
Thank you. Okay, cool. If you are a dyed-in-the-wool Hellboy fan, just know in advance that we're playing with the universe. We're not. I'm a big fan of the comics and know them well, but I am taking the liberties that any GM would take when they're running a game set in the universe. So, yeah, just giving you a heads up in case there's any actuallys out there. You've been preempted. All right. That being said, we're going to go ahead and give this quick disclaimer that tonight is going to be a typical Hellboy story. Which is deals the supernatural, deals with some dark stuff, but it always is about the people that throw themselves at the front of the line in order to defend the Earth. So just giving you all a heads up. I've told the cast that it's rated a soft R. I'm mostly just giving myself room. But just so you all know what to expect, since we didn't have the usual text disclaimer popping up on screen. But let's go ahead and kick off our game tonight. I have written out things, which... in game prep, I don't normally do. So let me go ahead and set the stage for all of us here. Leon Springs. Leon Springs, population 2,978. At least it was until sometime this week. Now it's 2,977. A rural town in East Texas near the Louisiana border. 2 hours from the nearest airport, an hour from the nearest major hospital, and 30 minutes away from Leon Springs Lake. But at least it has its own Dairy Queen. A town that has been quietly dying for over 30 years. Leon Springs is what remains of a town that was once booming in the mid-20th century, until that pesky EPA decided that the toxins the steel mill was shoveling into the drinking water had to go. And rather than capitulate to life-saving regulations, the steel mill packed up and moved overseas. Lives may have been saved, but jobs were lost. In a rural place like Leon Springs, the distant powers of a greedy big government making sweeping decisions that change the lives of the hardworking American are an easier thing to get mad at than the millionaires who were giving them a steady paycheck while killing them. One of those hard workers at the steel mill was a man named Benji Robert Wyatt. Despite the positive life change of finally having clean drinking water and thanks to the departure of the steel mill in '99, Benji's resentment for losing the one thing he thought he was good at drove him to a life of conspiracy and anger. He began to become a local oddball, weirding out even some of the more cynical members of the city council. Once the internet became a thing, Benji found what he needed to evolve into a full-blown crank, succumbing to obsessive and eccentric behaviors that drove away friends, family, and any chance at holding a job. The story of Benji's life is only relevant here because he's the one who's dead. And because he's a snapshot of the people you might find, as our agents have found, in this town that they now arrive in. And apart from the colorful locals, the landscape of the town itself is a picture of what towns may have looked like half a century ago. Rolling green pastures, barbed wire fences on old wooden posts, a few million acres of loblolly pine trees towering 100 feet overhead. Under the heavy onslaught of torrential rain, our agents make their way through the winding roads leading into this town, crossing over old, disused railroad tracks through empty, potholed intersections, and finally, over the new railroad tracks, until the agents arrive at the scene of the crime, the lost file, Benji Robert Wyatt's place of business, your one-stop shop for all your tinfoil hat needs, complete with Bigfoot postcards and authentic stolen UFO files. As their car pulls into the parking lot, coming to a stop adjacent to the local sheriff's car, two things become immediately obvious to our agents. The oppressive sheets of rain and the frequency of lightning suggests that the weather report's Category 2 hurricane slamming the Louisiana coast some 300 miles away is probably actually a Category 4 hurricane. The second obvious thing is that whatever is waiting for our agents inside the rotting little white painted shack called the Lost File must be pretty bad to compel the hardy, distrustful people of Leon Springs to call the B.P.R.D and brave this hellish weather. Our driver is Agent Vanessa. I have your character name here. Agent Vanessa Gibbs. Your car is a 4-door company car. You've all been currently just finishing off a 2-hour road trip to get to this rural remote town. When you pull into the parking lot, as I said, there is a sheriff's car that's out front. You can see from the lights inside this small building that the sheriff seems to be inside. You can see her standing in the doorway and leans out, spotting all of you. There's a woman that looks like she might be approaching her late 50s. Well muscled, and looks like your typical Texas bleached blonde small town woman, with the exception of a few tattoos on her forearm and dressed in a full-on sheriff's uniform. When she sees you all pull up, she watches for a moment before she makes a determination that you are probably the agents that got called, before she gives a short wave to acknowledge you all. And that is where we begin, with all of you walking in to this place, stepping into the doorway. There's another man in here, a built lieutenant that is flanking her. He looks like he's got his arms crossed and looking at all of you curiously. He's a black man who looks like he has probably been a football player most of his life, but is taking on the role of a police officer. He looks like he's keeping back and letting the sheriff take point. And as each of you step into this space, you're in sort of like this, it looks like almost like a waiting room that's been converted into just like a space for chairs. Doesn't seem to have a purpose. It's clearly a building that's been used multiple times, probably for a dentist's office at one point, and has now just become a retail store. But the store itself, and apparently where things get interesting, are behind the sheriff. She approaches each of you and greets you all and says, my name's Sheriff Shelley Wyatt, no relation to the victim. You're all the agents that we called?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, judging from the reputation of the B.P.R.D, I was, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting, I don't know. I guess I was expecting Hellboy or someone to show up. Not folk that look like us, but shows what I get for stereotyping y'all a little bit. My first time ever working with the B.P.R.D. This is my lieutenant, by the way. This is Wayne Leverett, but everyone just calls him Brick. He extends his hand and says, "Good to meet y'all."
You too.
Didn't have any trouble getting in, I hope. Weather wasn't too bad.
It looks very bad.
Are you from around here?
No.
Oh, welcome. I'm sorry that you're going to have to be seeing our town the way it is. You have a lovely accent. We don't get we don't get a lot of outsiders coming in through here. So.
Oh, this is just the accent I picked to really practice the others.
Oh. I suspect that's probably something a little beyond my pay grade, but it's a fine accent. Sorry, I guess if you don't mind me asking, where is Hellboy exactly? Are you all that's here? Are you all we can expect?
Yes.
All right. Well, all right.
I step up and go, is it going to be a problem? If the problem gets solved.
No, you're right. I mean, if you figure this out, then that's good enough for me.
Well, ma'am, you've got a nice team here, right? That's going to be able to help you out. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
All right. You'll have to forgive me if I'm not my usual hospitable self. Benji was an interesting man, to say the least. The town wasn't too fond of him, but I wouldn't say he had any enemies. Anyway, what we found inside was so strange. Well, I guess you should step inside and take a look for yourself.
I do.
All right.
Fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You all step into the place.
Is that what you call me, Sue?
You know what? Yeah, I think I think there was a moment of time where I did. I think someone said just follow them, just follow suit. And they go, suit. Noted.
I don't think you've ever seen Agent Green without one, so fair enough. Actually, I'd love to get
that's perfect.
descriptions real quick from people if you don't mind.
I was gonna say, yeah. You want to go because you mentioned a suit, and I think it's very funny because my character is also wearing a suit, so I fully think they are copying your styles. I kind of want to hear what your character looks like.
Yes, I'm wearing the last suit you'll ever wear again. If it could be more standard issue, Agent Green would have gone for that. They introduced themselves as that. Agent Green, by the way. Eli is the middle name.
Nice. Okay.
Nominative determinism at work. They have sunglasses. They have specific circumstances in which they wear them based on ambient luminosity. So if the weather is inappropriate, one will not. Standard issue, badge, handcuffs. If they look like you opened a catalog for Fed, close your eyes and just, you would receive agent. There you go.
My character, his name is Zophim. He's a tall, slender, lanky person, black man. I think it's lanky. I was gonna say lean. He's very much lanky. Probably sounded like 6'2", 6'3". Wears a standard issue suits almost identical to Agent Green's. Slim fit and a thin tie. Has a pair of sunglasses in one pocket because they watched Agent Green place the sunglasses in a pocket. They have proper dress shoes. The only thing odd about them, at least maybe not odd, especially with this company we're keeping, but only it's visible to the agents right now, so not to the lieutenant or the sheriff. But you see black wings sprouting from their back, black feathered angel wings sprouting from their back. Kind of, I think right now they're kind of like shaking the rain water out of them. One of them seems almost like injured and burnt. You can see part of it is like missing, as if something bit at it and tore it part of it off, whereas the other one seems fine and full. And over their head, hovering over their head, is a kind of orangey yellow halo, and it's not like a disc. It seems to be constantly fluctuating, almost like it's liquid, in somehow keeping a disc-like shape above their head as they follow Agent.
How do the wings interface with the suit?
They had to cut wing holes into them.
Like, does it fit, or like does the feather kind of just? Is there like a zip up?
Yeah,
on the back
zip up.
afterwards?
What I love about that question is that is 100% the first thing Hellboy would ask. So, did you get that custom made?
There were
Nice.
scissors
Well,
around.
it's non-standard, so
Yeah.
That
this is
true.
relevant to agent.
Yeah.
You're stepping into the room. Once she gets a full look at you, her eyes widen as the sheriff's mouth snaps shut. As her instinct that she was going to see something supernatural, the sort of letdown that normal people showed up, is suddenly dismissed utterly as you step into the room and her eyes widen and her mouth
Dragons,
kind of
didn't you
hanging
say
up,
that
hands open.
that the sheriff and the lieutenant couldn't see the wings?
They
Yes,
can't
right now
see
they
them?
can't see the rings. Yeah.
But their
So
halo
basically,
is
with-
visible, yes?
Friendly company
Uh,
can.
Yeah, friendly company can. So
Oh.
basically, I can choose who can witness.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Okay, so
part
the
of the
halo
icon
is
thing,
also
yeah.
invisible as well. They can't.
Yeah,
see.
Halo's also invisible.
I
Cool.
can see your
I look-
halo.
Okay, cool.
If you want, it is weird that I think normal people would see the cuts in the back of his suits. And just be
Right.
Just,
Okay. Sweet.
Just see back there.
Dig it.
Ray, who follows behind them, is big. He is wide jawed, burly. He's wearing a tan trench coat. Definitely watched way too many like old 1920s movies.
Mhm.
But he has gotten into a bunch of fights, so he's got scars all over. Part of the top of his ear looks like it was like bitten off, like it's jagged. He is wearing, funny enough, the same exact glasses that Eric is currently wearing right now. Those were the glasses that I wanted him to wear. And I just looked and I was like, oh shit, those are the ones Eric are wearing. Are the bottoms silver or gold though, Eric?
That's a good question. Or gold.
Okay, yeah,
Or
perfect.
copper, whatever.
Yeah.
Fetish.
So he's wearing that. Probably has got like either too close of a shave and a band-aid from it, or maybe it could have been from another fight. But hair very short along the sides, a little bit on top. If you were any bigger when it comes to like size, it would almost feel like the ground was moving. Like, you know, every movie when there's a big dude that's walking, you hear that like, not there yet, but you know. I'd say he's 6'4", 6'2", 6'4", around that height. So he's a tall guy, trench coat down to the floor, big huge black boots. He's not wearing a suit like the others. He is wearing a trench coat, wearing a white dress shirt, black slacks, and suspenders. Oh, and on his hip is a gun. Yeah.
Vanessa is pretty short, probably like 5'1", barely. Will probably tell you she's 5'1", but maybe about 5. Is perfectly average height and is kind of like compact in build. Like you can tell that she's got mass on her. But she's in like kind of a small package. She is wearing the least amount of like regulation approved clothing as you can get away with, not as far in like quantity, but like the types of clothing she is wearing. Like if you're required to wear, you know, 2 pieces of company branded attire, she's got like a key ring and like a name tag. Like she is not wearing the suit, not wearing whatever. I think she's got like a long sleeve like crew cut sweatshirt with like the logo on it and then like a jacket over it, kind of shorter cut. She's kind of, her hair is kind of all over the place. She's got a utility belt around her waist that has like all of her like the badge, whatever our base standard equipment is. But she's also wearing a poker dealer visor that's like clear and green. While we're outside, and then as soon as we're in the inside again, she like takes it off as though like the rain getting on her face was going to be the problem, but like does stand out as having this like bright green
Nice.
wash across her face until
I love it.
we come inside.
All right. Well, you all step inside one by one. The interior of the store stinks like bloated death. 2 rows of shelves filled with cheap merchandise are all the store seems to offer potential buyers. Some of the items look outdated. Most of them look like broken old computers, old photos of debunked alien sightings, and a collection of community used maps. Nothing of note. I'm going to pause here and inform the players that I'm taking an approach to investigative scenes like this that is used in the game Trail of Cthulhu. Trail of Cthulhu does something very smart with its mysteries. It assumes that every investigator who is on the scene is a Sherlock Holmes type and is going to find all the clues that they need to find in order to proceed with the scene. It's how you interpret the clues and how much further you're willing to go when you get them is what determines what happens next. So, that being said, players are y'all can pretty much tell me where you want to look around after I'm done setting the scene, and tell me what you would like to explore. And you can assume that anything that you're looking for is what your agent's going to find pretty much what it is that they're looking for. There's nothing of note on any of these shelves. There's a single door in the back that leads to the bathroom, and the door itself looks nothing more than maybe a section of the wall that was carved open and placed on hinges to make room for new plumbing. The interior is empty with a single light bulb dangling from the ceiling. Interior of the bathroom, that is. Near the counter at the front, lying in a halo of thick broken glass from a fallen antique television set, is the body of Benji R. Wyatt. And what a sight it is to behold. Benji's flesh is swollen. Portions of his body look distended from severe inflammation, almost as though there was some kind of extreme allergic reaction. There are clear signs of a struggle. A nearby rack of postcards and snow globes has been overturned, scattering a container of "Don't Mess with Texas" keychains all over the floor. There's no blood. Not a single drop can be found, not even clotting on the jagged cut on his extended arm or on the jagged knife in his opposite hand. There is, however, a highly suspicious detail that's impossible to miss. Thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands of tiny little angry red dots all over his body. Papers, an assortment of pills, and 3 empty cases of Lone Star beer are found behind the counter. All the money is still in the register. The shotgun stowed underneath the counter still has its shot. Looks like it's pretty old. And the barrel is cold. It doesn't smell of gunpowder. There's a small pile of soggy cardboard boxes soaking up a rhythmic tapping of raindrops from a leaky ceiling overhead. Many of them look like they are from overseas, with stamps indicating that they've passed through customs. A small open book lays pages down on the ground nearby, soaking up rainwater off the floor. An old dying radio plays static-ridden country music at low volume. All My Exes Live in Texas by George Strait. The jaunty, tongue-in-cheek tune adds a twisted dissonance to the grisly scene before you. And as you all observe it, the sheriff says, "That's how we found him. Strangest thing. No one's been in here except for me and Lieutenant Brick here, and, well, I'm gonna..." She covers her mouth and says, "I'm gonna step outside and let y'all do your work. If you need anything, you just let me know. I'll just be a few feet away."
Thank you.
And she steps out. Thunder rolls outside, lightning flashes.
The only door that was open was the back door. Is that correct?
Looks like the bathroom door looks like it's just slightly ajar on the hinges.
Oh, bathroom door. Sorry, I thought you said back door. Gotcha.
There is a back door, but it's closed at the moment. It has a screen door and a door itself that's closed.
Any signs of forced entry?
Doesn't look like it, no. No immediate obvious signs of forced entry, just clear signs of some kind of panic or struggle here at the counter.
Any signs of supernatural entry?
Yeah. Doesn't look like there's signs of supernatural entry, no.
Okay.
You're not sure if whatever happened here, if it came through the front door or if where it came from or how it happened. Doesn't seem to be any immediate signs of that.
Store was open, right?
Are you asking the sheriff?
Yeah.
She looks back over and says, "Yeah, I believe so. It was pretty late. I got called here this morning when someone noticed the front door was just hanging open. I don't think he locked up last night."
So either it happened before he closed or it was someone he knew and he allowed them in. Those are our options right now.
See,
Well,
Sophie in the corner taking notes. They have a notepad and pen, and they're taking notes because they are the intern of the group. So they're watching the experts
Right.
do their well, quote unquote experts do their things. They're taking notes here.
what's the time on rigor? See if so we can get a rough time of when the body when the heart stopped.
Okay, you just squat down and look over the body real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of give it an assessment. If your best educated guess, you'd probably say, yeah, sometime late in the evening yesterday. Probably been like this for maybe about 14 hours.
Does that give us a closer timeline to know whether it was after closing or before closing?
It's probably just around closing time.
So it's still around that window.
Yeah, it's kind of hazy. The store says that the hours are at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And you said it was puncture wounds throughout the body, like a bunch of
little
them?
red dots.
Little red dots.
But as you get closer, I give it this once over. The red dots look tiny, like his body was subjected to allergen testing, like somebody just kind of poked him a bunch.
Mhm.
It doesn't cover him completely. Most of them seem to stop at the belt line or anywhere his clothing covered him. If you'd like, you're welcome to roll if you want more information.
I mean, detect is my highest thing, and so is no. So
in Outgunned, you tell me when you roll, and you tell me what you're rolling. I don't get to tell you what you roll unless it's reaction time and the bad something's going.
I'm gonna roll no in this situation. Actually, I'm gonna roll detect in this situation.
You're gonna roll detective?
Yeah. Detect, yeah.
Okay. You need a standard 3, so it's gonna be a critical to succeed at this. So you need, the way this is gonna work is for the audience watching at home, we are using a bot dice roller, mostly on our Discord chat. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna roll those 2 stats, and you need to get 3 of a kind.
All right.
For a critical success.
I got 3 of a kind.
You sure did. Okay. So, to answer your initial question, you're glancing it over, and you guys, you can tell your agent here, Ray's doing his thing. As you're kind of scanning it over and giving it a good look, guess about 14 to 16 hours. So it's well within the time where the store could have been closing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure those are insect bites all over him. Mosquito bites specifically. Which, if you're able to use your imagination here, Ray, that could explain why there is absolutely no blood. But
that's a lot.
That's why he has no blood, then this case definitely just crossed into the threshold of paranormal, because that is not possible.
We ever come across anyone that has the power to control insects?
B.P.R.D definitely has a big database on nasty paranormal creatures just like that.
Yeah, I'm like leaning on the rest of the group, and like with that, kind of giving them the information without giving them the information of just like, have we seen anyone that's ever had control over insects, more like mosquitoes?
I'll rack my brain. Do I know of any? I believe there are some in database that we've come across. Well, the B.P.R.D has come across.
It's possible, yeah. You could phone it in, or
call in.
Phone it in, or log it in on your cell phone, whichever you want to do. Okay,
I will pull out my cell phone, and I'm holding it like an old man.
Okay, so you're doing an inquiry then with the database.
Yes,
B.P.R.D.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what the body's revealing so far. If y'all need a review of the crime scene, just ask, and I can tell you any more of the details that I set up earlier.
I think Vanessa gets really bored at like crime scene investigation stuff, because this is not her specialty at all. Right. And like not why she's here at all.
Right.
And like literally here specifically, but also like in the bureau. And so I think she's kicking around, like looking, like, I mean, mostly just out of boredom, but also like, is there anything like like, is there a security system we missed? Is there a hidden room? Like, she's like, is there anything here that's not boring? Like, is kind of like the vibe that she's kicking around for. But also,
Most-
if you've given us everything, then like mechanically, but otherwise, like story wise, that's what she's just.
Mechanically, no. There's much more that's been described at the scene y'all haven't interacted with, but the what you can learn from the body has been learned for sure.
Okay.
And there's no security system. Doesn't look like, to no surprise, it doesn't look like Benji had much in the ways of being able to set up any kind of affordable security system here besides just bars and a lock. But behind the counter is empty bottles of beer. He might have some more in a refrigerator, like a pint-sized refrigerator somewhere. Plenty of things to come around, but specifically, if you are just looking and like kicking around, if you're looking for anything specific, let me know. But aside from that, there's nothing really exciting that jumps out at you.
I think she's looking for anything that would be let me know if I can phrase it like this: purposefully hidden from direct view. Like,
the closest that comes to look like it's being hidden are the soggy boxes that are stacked up behind the counter. It looks like they've been deliberately put aside behind a work desk that is mostly empty, and it looks like they're meant to be kept out of sight.
I'm gonna peel one open.
Okay, you move over to them. The first thing you notice as you walk over to this counter is there's a book on the floor that's kind of splayed out, soaking up all the rainwater. There's also these packages. Curiously enough, they look like they're from different countries. Some of them look like they have Chinese. Some of them look like they might be from. Some of these might be shipped from Dubai. Like, some of these look like they are coming from all over the globe. They're smaller boxes. They don't look like they have anything much, but they are stacked next to the overturned book and what looks like a manila folder that's also spilled out with some papers on the ground. When you pop open the box, it almost like it's that soggy, wet cardboard because it's been soaking up the rainwater. This is interesting. As you open it up, the boxes look like they are just filled with junk. It looks like they are filled with junk from orders from junk sellers peddling bullshit charms, things to drive out sickness, things to welcome health. There's some items like candles in there. There's UFO trackers, anti-government listening devices. It's all a bunch of crap. It looks like stuff that he probably buys overseas and then resells. But there does seem to be an odd theme of like,
warding and health is what I was hearing.
Looks like.
If I can find like an inventory, like, is that usually the only thing he sells, or is it odd that that's the majority here? Is kind of what she's going to start looking for.
You do see a couple of what would seem to be like a really poorly kept book that's mostly out of date. It looks like he's probably been ordering from a couple of websites online, and you're definitely seeing what looks like he was spending some Bitcoin. trying to buy stuff under the radar, but it looks like he was making purchases. There's the manila envelope on the floor. Doesn't look like order forms though. As you reach down and pick it up, it actually looks like a file filled with medical records. Specifically, might be his.
Agent, am I allowed to look at medical stuff, or is that like off limits?
HIPAA compliance ends at point of death.
Sick. I open it.
Sick.
Well, you won't know until you look at the medical. Oh, I understand.
So yeah, there are receipts in here. There's a folder that contains over 50 at least receipts from various holistic medical websites. It looks like most of them are overseas markets, and everything about this just screams snake oil. You also see some religious paraphernalia that's kind of intermixed into some of this stuff. The files themselves, the medical records, they look old. And as you start thumbing through them, you're kind of drawn into a story that seems to be playing out right before your eyes, and one that seems to be rooted in tragedy. As you flip through a few of them, you notice that most of them are quite old, but on the third page is a diagnosis. He had some kind of disease, specifically a disease of the blood. The doctor, it looks like one of his doctors had urgently also written him a letter after calling him multiple times, urging him to reconsider rejecting treatment. This was about a year ago. Doesn't look promising. Everything you're seeing here looks like somebody who utterly rejected medical treatment and turned to everything but.
Con artists.
Yeah, basically turned into buying snake oil and all these other terrible things. And it was, I mean, you've seen this story play out so many times, and it's almost always somebody who just doesn't know any better, who's getting swept up into this. Curiously, though, you do see in his medical file, there is a list of allergies. And sure enough, you see soy, mold, animal dander, and Skeeter syndrome, also known as allergy to mosquito bites.
I will read out the bullet points from the other room and at an obnoxious volume to my compatriots.
Even single mosquito bites tend to induce a histamine reaction, and to completely exsanguinate this individual would be approximately 3,000 mosquito bites.
Gross.
And is that a lot of mosquito bites?
It is substantially higher than average in most locations, although lower, I understand, than Louisiana.
And this is not Louisiana.
That is correct.
So it is strange.
I'm
Okay,
being
and-
facetious.
Oh, sorry. I'm still getting used to that.
That's why I've designated it for you.
Appreciate it. I'll just take note.
I would like to look at the pills in keeping with that, because pills were described, and generally speaking, if it is a prescription medication, you can look up what it is. If it is an unregulated supplement, that will be more difficult, but at least that will be exclusion. Round, white, has stamp. They make them unique. So you can just look it up.
Agent Green, as you squat down, the pills are spilled out. Mostly, a lot of them are scattered across the floor surrounding the book that's still soaking up the rainwater. But it looks like these pills specifically have spilled over into the corner near where the beer was located. You can only imagine that this guy was probably taking these pills with Lone Star Light. But as you're looking at what's written in pen on many of these, most of them you're pretty sure are made up words. Most likely to con whoever is buying them into thinking that they're buying. You're guessing you're holding placebos. You're guessing you're holding standard vitamins at best. You're looking through here and you're not seeing anything that's standing out as any kind of narcotic or anything like that. It doesn't look like there's any like nefarious drugs here. But some of them do have some pretty, we'll say, exotic sounding ingredients. And one of these pills is like monkey testicles and like ground organs from a tiger kind of stuff. Like as you're reading into it, there's just it all. You're pretty sure that this was not sugar pills at best.
I am going to take a sample for future testing and to prepare my report to the FDA subsequently.
Okay. Yeah. If nothing else, you've at least uncovered someone is committing fraud.
And if not, tigers are a protected species.
Oh, yes.
That would be highly illegal.
Did Zophim's hunt and peck message make it to? Did they hear back?
Yes. Yeah. The B.P.R.D sends back one of the agents on call that's working in the office back at the B.P.R.D sends back an inquiry reply to your inquiry stating that there's roughly 47 known entities associated with mosquitoes in particular, ranging from across different mythologies and cultures. And they state they could probably lock this down if you could give them any more details or find any more clues that could point in the direction of what this might be.
Okay. And that's even with added information that they were drained dry. So like 47.
Yeah, 47.
Okay.
47 known creatures that the B.P.R.D has encountered or knows of.
well, we need to narrow this down. 47 is quite a lot of leads to try and chase. I would like to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Step into the bathroom. In here, the bathroom, probably mostly because of the weather outside, some of the wind is pushing itself through the doorway. The single light bulb that's swaying gently back and forth, dangling from the center of the ceiling, definitely gives this bathroom an eerie presence. But aside from the shadows that are rocking back and forth here as this thing sways, there doesn't seem to be anything in here. The bathroom could use a clean for sure. But aside from that, you see that he kept a toothbrush in here. For the most part, it looks like a brand new air freshener has been installed recently, but nothing of note.
Lavender. Hasn't. And they'll walk back out. I think they'll wash their hands because they've seen most people that go to the bathroom wash their hands before leaving. So just wash their hands.
Yep.
And then leave.
Yep.
Hey, Sheriff, he have any known enemies? Anyone in town that didn't like him?
I mean, not too many people liked him. He got pretty, we'll just call it eccentric, pretty loud about conspiracy theories and whatnot. We know he got sick about, I guess he was starting to go see the doctor maybe about close to a year and a half, 2 years ago. Most folks of his generation are actually seeing some unfortunate symptoms show up. He was a worker at the steel mill. Steel mill's been closed for a while now, though, so it's not unusual. But what is unusual is he kind of withdrew from everyday life and seemed to be ordering a bunch of stuff off the internet, from what I could tell. But no one local has really associated with him much. His family don't live here no more. They all moved away from Neon Springs. So he's just kind of on his own. Kind of a sad story, really. A Brick here and I were thinking about going around town and asking some questions about anybody who could see him, but we wanted to make sure you folks got a good look at it first before we went and did that. Word spreads real fast in small towns, let me tell you.
Yeah, understandable. Agent Gibbs, do you think you can figure out where those pills or where he was buying all that stuff from?
I'll see
Or
if I-
Agent Green, either one of you?
Indeed. I'm going to join Zofrim at the Hunt and Peck computer and see if there is web history.
I'm realizing I forgot my own character's name. I will too. I will be doing a little bit more. I forgot. Yeah. Like,
I figured you were probably going through his paperwork, so maybe you'd be able to see like bills or something where he ordered them from.
I'm gonna be so honest. I thought you were doing like an NCIS goof on Green over here. Like it's not off brand.
No.
And then I remembered also.
Yeah.
personal one shot. I'm not good at.
So how about this? Is it possible for Vanessa Gibbs to look through the bills or look through the paperwork since she is already doing that? And maybe Agent Green, I think it would make sense for you to help out with the Hunt and Peck and see if any of those any of the people that have the ability to control bugs also are associated with selling illicit drugs or selling fake vitamins. It's very possible that that whoever drained this person is selling them specific things to maybe collect or feed their group. I don't know. I'm thinking supernatural in this situation, so I'm going left field right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm also deciding it's a character choice that Vanessa is so unprofessional in this scenario that she literally does not know to answer to Agent Gibbs. Is like so out of left field for her that she's like, "Huh? What? Me? You say Vanessa?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like, huh?
Okay. All right.
Start digging.
So Zofim and Agent Green settle in over by the computer. This computer is a dude got a Dell. This is a few generations old.
Yeah.
Thick computer screen. It looks like it's one of those monitors that, you know, you would usually kind of lean back while you were carrying it out of a house or some such because they were so thick and heavy. In this case, as you move over to it and flip it on, you just see the screen kind of flip for a second and starts to slowly fade in. And then you can hear the grinding sound of the hard drive booting up as it starts to come online.
That's a feeling of nostalgia for me, though. Like,
while this is booting up, you're looking for receipts or anything that'll trace it back. Who's at the computer and who is looking for receipts around the area? Just looking for any more materials.
I'm digging through papers and materials in the desk.
Okay.
So I would probably be searching for receipts.
Okay. So what you find as you're digging around is you pulled this soggy. Like there's receipts all over the floor. And as you're pulling them all up, like most of them look like they are soaked from the rainwater. So you're pulling them
Luckily,
up.
they don't usually use ink, so they should be okay.
Yeah. They are holding. You see, kind of looking through them. Some of these are store receipts. Looks like clearly was taking money from his own register, probably to support some of the purchases from some of these things. Judging from the register itself, doesn't look like a lot of business came through here. It looks like he was probably selling a bunch of stuff online. You do see a balance sheet for Bitcoin again, like he is buying that. Balance is pretty low. Probably because he knew what he was buying wasn't a good thing to be buying. The only other thing you see is a small, you pull up this small, I would say it's about this big. It looks like it's a leather book of some kind, like a cheap leather. It almost looks like a Bible, kind of. It's like one of those smaller, like hotel Bibles. Not quite that small, but roughly like sort of used looking. You pull it up and take it over and look at that stuff. The stuff inside the boxes and all of the items in the pills, those are all clearly parts of just a nothing burger. They all look like they're part of some garbage that he was buying either to holistically treat himself or to sell. They all look like this book and everything around it looks like it probably came in a bulk order as part of a big scam. It's the instinct you're getting, even as an investigator who doesn't give a damn about the scene right now too much. The book does not look like a scam. As you open it up, it contains writings that do not look like any writing you've ever seen before. Some of the text itself looks like it is written across and then turns into circles and is written around in circles. And then there are symbols all over the page.
And all of it's unfamiliar to me.
Yeah. And it does not look like it was printed. Like
And
mass
it was
printed.
like scribed, like
It looks like
illuminated text stuff, kind of, or
It's
is it
not-
more like
it's not
notes?
quite that kind of quality. The ink is bleeding off a little bit, but it looks like an old book that was handmade.
Do we have like to my crew right now above table? Are any of you like occult specific? Yeah. Okay.
I'm
my trope is esoteric scholar. So
Fucking awesome. Okay, I just wonder because I would know that my character Vanessa would know that.
I'm just good at languages, even the occult languages.
That's true.
Yeah.
What Ray are you still looking at? Is Ray still looking at the body right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You get hey, Ray, catch.
Just this arc of water slung across the room and toss the book over.
Does that mean anything to you? Because that looks like less fake than the rest of this. If I'm
I open it up and I look
Curious.
at it. What it is? Do I see anything different from?
Ray, if you're familiar with the occult, you're kind of like the scholarly person of the group. You instantly know what this is the moment you open it up.
Oh,
This book contains authentic incantations from the Key of Solomon, and not the ones that got mass produced and sold at every new age shop. These are the ones that didn't make it into the public knockoff magic stores for folks who were looking to be upsold while they were buying their first tarot deck. Some of the standard red flags jump out the moment you look at the page. It says you're catching words that say things like eternal life, cleansing, and a name at the very bottom.
immediately, as soon as I see that, I whistle for the group, okay, hold on, everyone stop what we're doing, and I walk over to the counter, open it up, I reach into my pocket and I pull out some change and I put it on the counter, and I reach over to the side pack, because it's like a liquor store, right?
Mhm.
And I grab a pack of matches. I pull a match out and I just start chewing on it, and I put the rest of it in my pocket as I am reading through this, and I'm like, what is the name that I see?
The name, and I'll spell it out for you after I tell you. It's Okol Izu.
Okay.
It's OKOL apostrophe IZU.
I would like to roll a no and see if I know this name.
Roll it. Need a critical success.
Okay, this is another 6 dice because this is what I do. No, I got 2 sets of 2.
Okay.
So 2 basic.
You can choose to re-roll that.
Oh, okay. Sure. I will.
So, yeah. So, 2 sets of 2. So yeah, you can go ahead and do. If you score at least 1 success, you can re-roll the. Oh, you didn't score at least 1 success.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, you did. You scored 2 basic successes.
Yeah.
So, there, that were not part of the comedy. Yeah. So if you don't score a better result, you lose 1. You don't have anything to lose here. You might as well. You just scored 2 basic successes, so you can go ahead and re-roll the last 2 dice. Click on the re-roll button if you would like.
Done. 3. There it is.
Oh, critical success. You got it. And a basic, which means you can actually spin that for even more information.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, your knowledge. Perhaps it's because as a fellow rookie for the B.P.R.D, one of the things perhaps that you've done is learn a little thing about, learn as much as you can about some of your teammates and where they come from. Whatever reason it was that you know this name, the name is unique enough that it jumps out to you. And I should say that as you come to this realization of knowledge, a few feet away, Zolfim, you are feeling a sense of dread pass over you at the sound of the name. Ray, Okol Izu is known as Okol Izu the Voracious, the ever-consuming. He's a demon. First lieutenant of a fallen angel once known as Yolfiel, but now is known mostly by his title, the Lord of Flies. Or if you're into metal, Beelzebub.
A shiver goes up Perfume's spine, even like through the feathers, they kind of rise and heckle as they hear this name.
With that basic extra success to finish this off, to paint the picture for you as you have your moment, you stand up as you start to realize what it is he's saying. Because you have all managed to uncover the clues here, what you piece together is poor Benji likely thought he was being sold magical book of prayers that could help him pray his sickness away. And while the power of prayer definitely has its own energy unto itself, this wasn't a prayer so much as an instruction for summoning something that would likely take away his bad blood. What it probably left out is that it would take away the rest of his blood too. You all see Zolfim react. You stand up.
That's not good. May I see that?
Slide the book over.
I'll take the book. Oh my god. I'll flick through it. Do I see is there any clear way? No, because I don't imagine there'd be like a published by date or something like that.
What would you like to know?
I guess I want to figure out, like, I want to look through this book or rack my own memory to see if, like, is there any, other than maybe just purely for the satisfaction of killing a person, is there a reason why Beelzebub would want someone this much blood.
Yeah. So first of all, each and every one of you gain a point of adrenaline. Everyone gets an adrenaline point because y'all having a good scene here. Flipping through it, Zofim, angels and demons, you all just know each other. And even when you don't know each other, you know each other. As you're flipping through, you're thinking what Beelzebub could be up to. Glancing over at all the clues your fellow agents have put together that they've managed to find, you slowly find yourself leaning into the direction of realizing this was all probably just a fucking accident. This guy probably just accidentally fucking summoned a lieutenant of Beelzebub because he thought it was going to help him get better. He probably didn't know he was actually summoning a demon. Somebody may have sent him this on purpose, or it could have been a straight up accident that someone sent in a bulk order. Whatever happened, poor Benji probably did not know what he was getting into. But that's questionable, considering that some of the instructions that you're reading right now call upon him to draw some of his own blood. Your eyes immediately are tossed over to the side where you see his corpse is holding that jagged knife. He was probably doing some kind of ritual that he thought was safer than going to his doctor.
Oh, goodness.
Go to sickbay, people.
Sickbay. Well, we should definitely keep this and destroy it the moment we can.
I do have some more information for you, though, before you continue here.
Yes, please.
Sofim, just because you in particular would know. It means Okolizu is now loose.
I was going to say.
Is out there right now. And the one thing you know about the name, just because of your knowledge being what you are, is Okolizu does not have motivation beyond just consuming. Consuming and getting bigger and evolving into true demon form. That's what he wants.
Oh, like a TikTok content creator.
Or a content creator.
This is exactly why this is literally one of the things that it states. Gain a point of adrenaline for that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it does say that.
Outgun literally says when you get shit like that at the table, that is 100% making it into the movie. You get a point of adrenaline.
That's awesome.
I was reading and I was like, damn, Sam's gonna really keep this going.
Yep.
Be full of adrenaline.
Yep.
All right, so it sounds like we have a two-faced problem. One, the more important one is to find the Lord of the Flies here, and figure out. Yeah, I know.
Oh, right, I thought I needed to.
No. Lord of the Flies, referring to the book.
Book.
Yeah.
A very happy, wholesome book.
Yes, very. And a very smaller problem, but something I think that still needs to be dealt with is who's selling this book?
That was what I was going through the computer to try to find receipts for pills, but if it was ordered online, then it's possible that as I'm going through the email, I might find receipts for a horrifying Summoner Books R Us.
I got a receipt here for Alakazamazon. I don't know if that. See if
All
that's
right.
in his email.
All right, get a point of adrenaline. Y'all are on fire tonight.
Oh, the night's young. We may yet be.
It's very true.
God.
So yeah, Green, if you want, I'm gonna take y'all as lead. Whenever you want to roll for something, just tell me, and that'll yield any information you might be looking for.
Yeah, if you need me to roll for a Gmail search.
Yep.
Okay.
It's more like GeoCities or Hotmail, but yeah.
You know.
All right, the basic success for this one.
Watch me still fail. Yay, one basic.
One basic. All right. Yeah, you do find in his trash folder a bunch of deleted receipts that are dating back weeks and weeks, and you're scrolling through. Yeah, he visited a lot of sites. Lots of. It looks like he kept bouncing around and purchasing different VPNs to use. So it looks like your guess is from the receipts that he's gotten. Some of them look like, I wouldn't say shady. I would say some of them don't look like they're actually real receipts, or more of like an acknowledgement of sending. Does use a third-party auction site though that looks like it is not local. A third-party auction site that seems to be where you upload your Bitcoin money, and once you have an item confirmed received, you can release the funds to the person you bought it from. So definitely buying stuff that probably was shady. How it made it through customs is also questionable.
Oh, is it international? Okay.
Oh, yes.
And buying with Bitcoin creates a paper trail because everything is on a register.
Mhm.
That is very silly. It's almost like there's no use case for it.
You know, the thing about Bitcoin and buying multiple VPNs and this person searching in all of this does bring you down a notch, because it's like, you know, just enough to get yourself into trouble. You know, you understand that there's a problem, you understand that there's an issue, and you get yourself deep into something because you don't want to believe the first thing that you see, or even the reality of what things are, and you search to find something else. There has to be another answer, because the average person wouldn't know to buy VPNs or go through all of that stuff. Or hell, do you think anyone in this town even really knows how Bitcoin works?
And before you know it, you are exsanguinated by thousands of mosquitoes. And
Is it
haven't
thousands?
even installed a Tor browser.
Is it thousands or millions? Because I feel like it's got to be millions.
0.01 milliliter.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
There's 5
per
liters
byte on average. I call it 2.5 to 3.5. I'm averaging.
Okay.
So
that's
yeah. So
billions.
you'd want to add another 1,000, so million.
Million? Okay.
Yeah.
From the mini fridge, inside the mini fridge, Vanessa goes, "Agent, is it unethical to take a 6-pack from a dead guy?"
Under the circumstances, it's not sanitary.
Fair enough. Sound of fridge closing and then it's in the room over.
Ray pulls out some money and puts it on the counter and goes, "Just take it."
Agent said it was gross. Walking back into the room.
Yes, a demon came in and sucked this thing's blood. I don't think there's going to be any blood on the beer. Just wipe the top off. You know, there's always,
it's against protocol.
There's always rat urine on top, anyways. So just.
Agent said no. So.
I understand that.
I take the dollars you put on the counter and put them in my pocket.
And I just scooch in front of the mini fridge. Just in case you get ideas.
In case we get to a corner store or something. Get us a 6-pack.
I understand that imbibing is apparently pleasurable, but there is a demon on the loose, and one that has no other goal beyond eating and feeding and drinking.
Gain a point of adrenaline.
You see, they're kind of like standing there, rubbing their palms against their legs as they just sweaty palms, watching everyone arguing. And just go,
okay.
We need to get moving.
We do. Where are we going? Where are we going, though?
Yes.
I can get
Where
us
the
there.
most blood is? Where's the most blood?
Hospital?
Hospital.
All right,
then.
let's go.
Is there a blood bank?
Would that be at the hospital?
I think they would want to
always.
go. I think they want to take it from the source. They enjoy the screaming, panic, fear. You know, you don't really get that from blood bags.
It does seem like a suffering forward kind of deal here.
Then
Yeah, let's do it. I put the visor back on. Snap sound. Let's go. Start heading outside.
At that moment, which y'all are getting ready to gear up, sheriff says, "Well, there's only 2 clinics in town. Nearest hospital is over an hour away."
I look over at I'm look over at Z. And I go, they're weak, right? Or weak right now. They're feeding to get stronger, correct?
Feeding because they like to feed. I don't know what state of power they're in currently, but if they were the most powerful on this earth, they'll still continue to feed because they just like to do so.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is they're not going to go an hour away. They're going to go to a clinic or something close, maybe even the next homestead nearby, just to feed to get stronger. Because
It's been 14 hours. Where could they be in 14 hours?
How fast can how fast could this thing move? Do we like on foot, or are we can they move like you can?
Most other angels and demons, many of them can fly, so they could be flying, but some do not. They could be on foot. I don't know how far they would be, especially in 14 hours, but Sheriff, has there been any other cause instances, any sudden deaths?
Yeah, weird calls in the last 14 hours.
Not in the last 14 hours, no.
Really?
Small town. Besides, weather like this,
town.
everyone's inside. No one's coming out.
You guys have anything with turning to Zofrim, do you have is there a water, would the rain slow him down, or?
I need to eat your mic.
Sorry, would the rain slow him down, or
The rain was quite annoying, but I don't think it would slow them down significantly.
Sheriff, where's the nearest homestead, house, anything?
Nearest homestead house?
Any place where there would be another living person.
Okay, let me think. Another living person. Well, that would probably be the Serrano's house.
All right, let's just make a stop by there on our way to the nearest clinic. Just, I have a feeling that if there hasn't been any calls, or if they haven't had mass death at the hospital, which I feel like would probably be something that would spread through the town. If a single family was taken out, you wouldn't hear anything. So
all right,
let's at least stop by.
Okay.
Right.
I'm confiscating the book, by the way, just so that's...
Okay.
Yes, please.
I give it to you, so I'm like, I don't want to touch it.
I assume you're putting it in an evidence bag.
Yes, that's protocol.
I'm just making sure.
All right, is Sheriff giving us directions, or is Sheriff giving us an escort?
Sheriff turns to Brick and says, "Brick, you stay here. Don't let anybody in through here. I'm going to contact the coroner. They're going to come take care of this. Now the scene's been investigated. We're just going to make sure that all the pictures are taken, okay? I'm going to go with them and take them over to the Serrano's house." And,
before we leave, I hand Brick my card and say, anything happens, call. Do not try to, if anything happens weird, do not try to investigate. Get out of here.
well, hell no, I ain't going to do nothing like that. I
Run and call that number.
got it. I will run and call you that number.
Great.
All right. Rick slides that away and he says, "Take care, ma'am." She nods to him. She said, "It's not too far from here. Would be by foot, but not too far of a drive." She gets into the sheriff's car, flashes lights just as the sky lights up with a lightning bolt. You all pull back out of the parking lot and quickly make your way onto this small highway that bends around, leading deeper into the rural town of Leon Springs. We're going to take a 10-minute break.
Whoa, wow.
Right now as y'all are heading in. Yeah, it's 10 minutes early for the 10-minute break, but I want to make sure that the back end of the one shot is how we have enough space for it. So we will see you all in 10 minutes. Welcome back to our B.P.R.D one shot here on Althaven with the StreamPunks. We're going to jump right back into where we left off, which is you guys in transit to the Serrano's house, which is a family house that is not too far from where you are, at least by car. The rain is absolutely obscuring most of the road, but thankfully you have a professional driver taking you there. It's also easy to follow the sheriff's car with the lights flashing overhead. You have a few moments of quiet to process what it is you've witnessed. And in the back seat, as one by one, we pan past the individual agents that are preparing themselves for what they might find where they're going, knowing that there's a demon up ahead. The B.P.R.D has prepared each of you via training for encountering this kind of threat. You always knew there was going to come a moment in your investigations where, as agents, you were going to have to put yourself between something really big and nasty and the rest of the world. Not expecting it on your first time out in a solo adventure, as it were, but here we are. However, the camera is going to come to a stop on Zophim. Zophim, this demon is in the family. This is part of the hierarchy. This is an ancient thing between the two forces. It's worth noting that canonically in Hellboy, heaven is never mentioned really. And the only mention of angels comes up from time to time, but they don't really make an appearance. That's not to say that they're not out there. And there's certainly plenty of mention of demons, of course, and hell. But in this particular case, you are something of a rarity. And I'm just curious, what's racing through Zulfim's mind right now?
I think what you see first physically is on a ride here, the 2-hour car ride to the location of the crime. Zophim had been essentially a statue, perfectly back rod straight, hands placed on their laps, looking out of the window, watching things go by, really silent. Just like the perfect mannequin, just almost completely emotionless, just watching things go by. But in this comparatively much shorter ride to this household, their knee is bouncing feverishly. They are kind of squeezing and scratching nervously at their forearm. They seem to be not quite jumping, but any bit of movement they see through the kind of passenger side window, they turn to look to make sure it isn't a demon attacking someone. They are very much on edge, and well, not in a sense of scared, but in a sense of every part of their body is ready and wants to act. So this, max 5, maybe 10-minute drive of having to be still is almost like torture to them right now. And I think they've heard stories of Beelzebub, but they've never interacted or seen any of the tales or their endeavors in person. So I think there's a level of curiosity to see what it is like to see it in person and compare it to what they've been told, and also a level of excitement to be able to add to the knowledge that we have of this demon. So there is a mixture of emotions, most of them negative, but there's some positive of this could be useful to us. We could learn more information about this very dangerous demon.
All right. Anybody else have anything to add before we move to the scene?
Vanessa, while we're driving, goes, can demons go in churches and stuff? Or is that is that a movie myth that they like?
That's I think for the most part that is a movie myth. They can go into most religious places without too much issue, unless the religious base has a legitimate ward of some kind. But very few do.
I think the Lutherans have this.
They're the ones who tend to.
Rain sounds constantly.
You see the sheriff turn off the road up ahead, follow after her. She pulls onto a dirt road, just moving past at first looks like a old Christmas decoration that never got taken down, wrapping around a single mailbox that's just barely standing upright. It's like leaning over. The rain's probably doing its work on it as well. But you can see up ahead, just off the dirt road, from pretty leveled plain, a large farmhouse next to an open pasture where you could see cattle living, but none seem to be out there right now. Not in the rain, at least. As y'all are pulling up to this large farmhouse, though, it's already causing the hairs on your arms to stand on end. As you're approaching, you can already see the front door is open. You can see the front door is open, and the side garage looks like its door is open as well. There's a boat inside, as well as what looks like a dirt bike and a few other various things. But for the most part, it's strange to see all of that in weather like this. You pull up, and the sheriff gets out of her car and puts a cowboy hat on as the rain's pouring down.
Before
she also instinctively reaches. As she steps out, you also see her instinctively reach back, and without drawing anything, you do notice she's not taking her eyes off the front door of the house, but you see her basically pop the button on her holster.
Yeah, before we exit the vehicle, you hear the very clear sound of the metal click of the safety being removed off of Ray's gun before he exits the vehicle.
Yes.
On Zophium's right side of their belt, you see a holster for a pistol. On the left, you see a kind of like almost like a loop of cloth, and from the cloth hangs a mace, just a full-on medieval mace on their side as they step out.
Okay.
And I think they'll place a hand on the sheriff's shoulder and just say, "I think it might be best if you stay out here."
Your touch immediately soothes her. She jumps at first, and she looks into your eyes for a moment. She goes, "Yeah, that's okay. I'll do that."
I'll turn to everyone else. Do you mind if I take the lead?
Right behind you.
Yeah, same.
Thank you.
I think everyone has hands on like weapons for the most part. Vanessa's just got her hands casually in her pocket, is like following.
Get around.
Mhm.
As you're all leading in, I'm gonna roll random here. Good on it.
As we're walking like unison one by one, all of a sudden you hear Rega, "Did anyone tell B.P.R.D that we were doing this?"
Not my job. I just drive us places. Can I actually, Eric, as we're walking in, Asia's got it.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can do this, so you're gonna have to let me know.
Find up.
Can I feel anyone inside?
For that, you, I believe, need to spend a point of adrenaline to activate
Yeah,
that.
I will.
Okay.
So it's specifically the ability is gain access to the mind / influence / learn
Mhm.
to weak spots. So I don't know if I can do it this way. I was just like, even if I'm not
yeah, no,
acting on them, but like, can I tell if there are minds?
you want to find out if there's a presence within the
Yeah.
house. As everyone's walking in, there's two things that are happening at the same time. You start focusing on the open doorway as y'all are slowly approaching. Most of the agents have their guns drawn at this point, with Zolfim taking the point of the spear, taking the tip of the spear right into the front doorway. You guys are starting to edge towards the stairs leading up to the door when at that moment you start stretching out with your mind and trying to sense if there's anyone within, calling upon the gifts that you've kept hidden most of your life, but now the B.P.R.D, having taught you how to use them, could come in handy when you be walking into a situation like this. The same moment that you're doing this is when Green notices the drag marks leading up to the stairs. It looks, thanks to the consistency of the mud, your analytical eyes, and knowing what you're walking into here, you note that it looks like someone was probably with like maybe have been dragging a leg or like somebody with a wounded leg was dragging it, but it looks like somebody made their way towards this front door at some point, and you spot some of the remains of what looks like a mudded footprint. Notable because it does not look like it is wearing shoes. It looks like it is a humanoid footprint that is on the front porch, making its way up and disappearing until you see remnants of it approaching the entryway. At the moment that that's happening, as you reach out, spend your point of adrenaline to sense what's inside, you are suddenly overwhelmed with this painful sense of desperate hunger, as though you had not eaten in months, if that were a thing that were possible for a human to experience. Certainly at the brink of absolute total starvation, and yet you feel quite full, hungering for more. It is this spiraling desire, and you catch yourself pitching forward headfirst towards the stairs, about to collapse.
Yeah, I think I'm behind Ray. So I think you feel like a hand at the back of your jacket as she tries to catch herself.
I stay up straight to make sure that, and I look back at you.
Her eyes are completely purple. Like a glittery purple color. Oh, he's in there for sure. Okay. Oh, I might need to sit down.
The pangs of hunger they start to fade. But you've noticed that your body has even had a physiological response. You're salivating. It's discomforting, to say the least. You've tapped into something truly malicious and elemental that you touched with your mind just now.
Okay. I'm good. Yeah, he's in there. And he is hungry. I didn't feel anybody else. That was did I get the sense that is an overwhelming presence? So that's the only thing I'd be able to feel? Or
that's the only thing you felt?
Only, okay.
All right. Nothing to it but to do it.
Okay. So taking point, Zolfam, you step in first. Zolfam, you immediately know what you're in for. When you put your foot through the doorway, stepping over the threshold, one step in, the two sounds that meet your senses are the sounds of a creaking old wooden floorboard, as this antique farmhouse looks like it's probably been in the family for generations. But there's also the sound of buzzing. So many sounds of buzzing. The low thrum, almost, it's not quite the same as a beehive. It doesn't have as much bass as a beehive might, simply because the wings are so much smaller on them. Buzzing here is a high-pitched by the thousands, and it makes anyone's skin crawl just to hear it. The agonizing, irritating sound of a mosquito near your ear, imagine that amplified times 10, except for there is so much here. It's not easy to miss. As you step in, each one of you crossing the threshold sees the living room looks like it has been completely overturned in what would appear to be a struggle. There is someone on the ground. You're assuming it's someone because they are covered. So many of them, you can't make out detail. It just looks like things are crawling all over them. It's like a brownish, yellowish blanket of insects that are crawling all over them. There's those muddy footprints that you spotted, Green, on the inside of the threshold. It looks like they make their way into the living room. Your mind is already putting together a possible scene as you start mapping out in your brain exactly what probably happened here. And you can see in your mind this person, this demon stumbling into this house, probably surprising people that lived here. And perhaps they were sitting in front of the TV, which is still on, maybe having their family dinner. But it looks like there's been a complete destruction of the living room and somebody is dead on the floor. The chaos continues deeper into the house towards the back kitchen. But before you guys even have a chance to take a few more steps into the back of the kitchen, you see with your own eyes the last heavy swing of the back screen door slamming closed and bouncing.
Taking off running.
You bolt straight ahead, dashing towards the kitchen. You stomp. Don't bother to pause and process the sensations as you run past a blanket of mosquitoes on the ground. As you rush into the kitchen, there's a slight squeaking sound as your foot's just dragging the goop. And as you reach that doorway, you kind of slam into it off the tiled floor. There's other bodies back here. You don't bother breaking your run at all to lose any momentum. You throw open the screen door and leap out the back. Is anybody following? Anybody else doing anything? You just see Green is on it. Like Green has suddenly turned into the Beastie Boys Sabotage music video and is just running.
I would have been moving immediately as well.
Okay, cool. So you're right behind Green. Green's military training really coming into play here as their speed just propels them faster than anybody. As you shoulder check the screen door, you burst out the back and just charge down 3 steps just in time to see a second door slamming closed going into the garage. Green, you are just a few steps ahead when you throw open the door just in time to the garage, just in time to see somebody, a bulky looking individual in a slick yellow raincoat wearing looks like soiled sweatpants and bare feet, take off on the dirt bike. You see him just spin out, slide a little bit, and then race towards the gate as he's rushing down the path.
Oh, I hear a vehicle. Vanessa pulls her head out from the closet. She was looking for a can of Raid in, or any kind of like, which by the way, is there anything, any kind of Raid or anything with DEET in it here?
Yeah, cut to you pulling out a cabinet, like you're literally pulling out a can of Raid. As soon as you hear the dirt bike, though, all of the mosquitoes react. So as you turn around, the entire living room becomes a cloud you cannot see through. Just this thick cloud erupting in the middle of the living room. As that happens, you see a lot of the mosquitoes start trying to filter out of the room and zip out of the room, leaving, oh my goodness, the body that's laying on the ground looks like somebody just drained it of every single fluid that it could. It looks completely emaciated, just absolutely like skeletal. Yeah,
not my job. And I back outside. So the car
Green?
started ready. I'm
Green's got
whoever's
point. 'cause Green
closest.
is-
I'm gonna pick up as I can. Pick up everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, before narration takes us too far away.
Yeah.
Since I have them in my sight.
Yeah.
I want to try to shoot out a tire.
Do it. Okay, so you are, I'm going to say you're shooting in the rain, but I'm not going to give you any penalties for this guy fleeing. He's racing away, but he is still, I'm going to put him at, ooh, you know what? I would say the curtain of rain might add a little bit of difficulty to this environmental, but I don't think that's going to, I think that would be about as much. I would say this is going to probably be at a long range.
So I don't shoot it
At long, because long range is roughly 50 about 50 to 300 yards. So I would say, no, you know what? I'm gonna revise that. I'm gonna say medium range.
Yeah, because I see them get on the bike. I was right there.
You were on his heels when he got on that dirt bike and took off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say about the time he reaches about the 50-yard mark is where you've got sights.
All right.
Go ahead, make your shot.
Then I'm throwing an adrenaline in. And
Okay, I was gonna say it's at -1 die because of the rain, but if you're throwing an adrenaline in, that's gonna be a +1 to the roll, and it'll cancel it out unless you're spending it on something else.
Nope, I am spending it on being good at my job.
Okay. So you need a critical success.
Okay. That's 2 basics, so let's roll this puppy, which I get for free as gunslinger. And that only gets me up to 2. So I'm gonna go all in.
Gonna re-roll. Gonna re-roll.
Keep rolling.
Okay. Crit and a basic.
Crit and a basic.
Oh,
Okay. The gun goes off. You guys all hear the loud cracking sounds of gunfire opening up. You can hear it's obviously green because it is the methodical, precise fire of somebody who is tracking somebody as they flee. As you all make your way out the front door, you're having to fight through this cloud of mosquitoes that is also trying to find out. They don't seem interested in any of you. They just follow after. It looks like they just follow out in a cloud, but it is a disgusting experience as you charge through this cloud of insects buzzing around you and getting caught in your hair and such as you charge out. As soon as you all get outside, two things you notice. First of all, that mace that you have dangling off of your side, Zolfim, is currently emitting steam as any of those poor little mosquitoes that touched your mace burst into flame and incinerated right there. Each one of them, a little unholy bastard, just erupting into a holy flame and dying on spot. So it's just like this waft of smoke just coming up from your mace.
Should be the fate of all mosquitoes.
Y'all rush out just in time to see the sparks fly off the back of the dirt bike from taking a bullet shot. And I'm going to take away 1 point of armor from the dirt bike as he takes that hit. But he is, which is going to put him at a disadvantage to the chase scene because he's only got 2 armor left on that bike as you hit him. But he is taking off.
As we run to the car, I don't get in it. I leap up and grip onto the roof of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay.
I would take shotgun, but I think technically it's handgun.
Yep. All right, so everyone's piling into the car. The sheriff is stunned. You don't know what it is that she saw, but she looks completely shocked and stunned. Like
As we pass her, I'm yelling, "Wait here!"
You've seen this before, Zofim. It usually happens when a mortal makes eye contact with a demon or an angel that's had a moment of its true form or has unveiled itself to somebody, and they get a glimpse of something. She looks like she's just trembling, and you leave her there in the storm as you all take off. We are now in a chase scene. The outgunned rule, if you are curious, if you just in case, Caitlin, because this is going to be all of you are involved in the chase scene. Caitlin obviously is running your driver. Vanessa is an expert stunt driver here, so she's going to be making this. But everyone gets an action on the chase scenes to try to overcome. So the way this is going to work is we're starting out the chase scene with the speed of your vehicle. Y'all have a speed of 1. That's the starting speed for this chase. And the way this is going to work is at the beginning of y'all's round, which is right now, you're going to be telling, just like every other round, you're going to tell me what it is you're doing. And you're going to make whatever role you feel is most appropriate. You guys get to call the roles. And if you are ever curious about something, don't know, or want to try something, you get to be the GM at that moment and say, I'm going to do this and roll this. And I give you the difficulty. So any point you have that initiative and you want to try something out, definitely do the thing. So we're going to start this out. Whoever would like to go first may. We are currently in the hero action round. Y'all are tearing off after this guy. He is rushing up ahead. I'm going to do 2 things also just to add to this. You guys, I'll give you this much information because you have a fallen angel on your team, and that angel has knowledge of kind of, not to mention you also have a psychic that's touched the mind of this creature. He's headed for one of the clinics right now on the dirt bike. And Zofim, without even needing to make a roll, because you are familiar with family, Okol Izu will consume blood when he gets to the location. And when he does, if he consumes more blood, he is going to Pokemon evolve into something a lot more dangerous than a large man in a raincoat on a bike. You're getting, it's pretty clear to you that he is in a weakened state right now, probably because the summoning wasn't done by an expert per se. But if he gets to where he's going, y'all are in a lot of trouble. That means this chase is on a timer. You guys are going to have to catch him in 4 turns.
Oh,
if you don't,
okay.
he's going to drive that bike right into the clinic. And his little mosquito friends are going to do all the work for him. So we're going to go ahead and start this off. Y'all have initiative. What would you like to do?
I would like to go faster.
So on 152 on the outgunned core book are the chase rules.
Mhm.
The action turns. Actually, they technically start on 150, but 152 is where it talks about the action turn itself. So you are going to need to make a roll here.
Mhm.
You know the roll? It's nerves drive.
Nerves drive, yes.
Yep. If you were trying to go faster.
And I have my proven driver, so I get 1 free reroll when driving cars.
Nice.
Yes, you are. Yep. Kind of an expert at this.
Free reroll. Gonna take
If
another
the hero
bit.
scores a critical success, your speed increases by 1.
Okay, all right, we're free rerolling. Let's see what we
You
can
need a basic success to not start losing speed.
3 basic success.
3 basic?
All right, that's
Mhm.
crit.
That's a crit because 3 basic success that actually translates into
Ah.
yeah. So if you ever roll
Oh.
3 basic successes, you can actually cash them in for 1 critical success.
I would like to do so.
Okay, so 1 crit
Medal's
means
the
you
medal.
can increase your speed. So I'm going to mark this down. So I don't know if y'all have that on your character sheet, but I'm keeping track of the speed right now of y'all's car. Y'all are now at speed 2.
Yeah, we have it on the sheet in the bottom right corner.
Okay,
That
sweet.
circle in the middle.
So
is where
the
you
way
put
this
the
works
speed.
is all of your actions will determine how much speed you're going to be adding to this chase. And at the end of a round, this is at the end of your action round, that's how many boxes get marked off on the need meter to catch up with him.
Mhm.
Y'all need 8 to catch him. So right now you're at speed 2. Who would like to go next?
I'll go. I'm gonna be behind Caitlin in the back seat, window
Mhm.
out, head out, shooting my gun.
Okay.
I also have a free reroll for shoot as well if I need to, but I'm specifically aiming for the bike, not him.
Okay. The just so you know, I'm going to be putting it at an increased difficulty because of the nature of the
Of course.
terrain.
Yeah, man,
In the
100%.
rain, high speed chase. So I'm going to set that as an increased difficulty of -2 dice.
Okay.
1 for the environment and 1 for the speed of the.
All right, so that means I only get 4 dice.
Oof.
And I have a basic.
Basic success means that you're not going to lose any speed. But as you open fire, you
Get a
knew
free
immediately
reroll.
you knew immediately when you were doing this that it was going to be a hard shot.
Yeah, I do have the free reroll. If I re-roll it and I do worse,
Nope.
Genuinely no
You're fine.
downside for a pre reroll.
Free
do it.
rerolls have no
Always fine.
consequences.
Every
Yeah,
time.
you're good to go.
yeah, free reroll gives me the same thing, just 1 basic. So
I'm basic.
Yeah.
Okay. So, despite your best efforts, you're not able to put any rounds
Yeah.
into the bike, unfortunately. Who would like to go next? 2 more.
I'll see if I can attempt where Ray failed. I am also on the opposite side of the car.
that's
Also-
why I chose that side, because
Yeah.
I knew you were in
Mhm.
shotgun.
Also, just so you know, on page 160 of the core book is special actions you can purchase with adrenaline points if you want for chase scenes specifically.
It sounded like those
Yeah.
were like they were. The one I read sounded like it was like benefiting the enemy, which was weird.
Yeah, those are for the
The GM, I think.
director. Yeah,
Well,
when the director
Keeping in mind that some of these are assuming that you might be the one being chased, not necessarily doing the chasing.
Okay.
Well, like one. A faster enemy vehicle has joined the chase. Like that. Does that not?
I think it just flavor it as
Where
a
are you
faster
seeing that?
hero.
Where are you seeing that?
161
161. What is it? Under faster?
faster.
The opponents are flooring it, or a faster enemy vehicle has joined the chase. From now on, the chase is a minimum speed requirement of 4. Oh, I see. So you're saying these are okay.
Yeah, that would benefit the bad guy more than us.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. You're absolutely right. These are director's actions. Haha, I'm going to spin this myself.
All right, yeah,
Cool.
only 2 basic for me, so also
Too
no.
basic. Okay, well, good thing is you don't lose any speed. All right.
Okay.
So one more action. Gunfire erupting from the sides of the car. You are on top of the vehicle, however, and
Yes.
Zolfim, now you are within line of sight. You can see him look back over his shoulder, and the two of you briefly, even though nobody else can see it, the two of you make eye contact.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the lieutenant of one of the archdemons of hell. This is the servant of the Lord of the Flies. And he knows exactly who you are the moment he spots you.
To see the one good wing spread out behind them as the other one kind of aching and hurt attempt to do the same. We just see these black wings on top
Okay.
of this speeding car. And would you say we're in, I know this is a tasting, so it probably doesn't translate directly. But am I within medium range? Are we within medium range of this thing?
Medium
or not?
range?
Yeah.
No, I don't
No?
think so. No, I think you'd
Yeah,
be at
that's
long range
fine.
right now. I think you're in medium range when Green opened up on him when he was
Yeah.
getting away. But
But
by
then
the
we
time
have to
you all
get to the
got in the
car.
car, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
That makes
past
sense.
50 yards. Yeah.
Oh, in that case, I'm just gonna try shooting as well.
Okay.
It's not my strong suit, but I'll try taking some shots.
Gripping the top of the car with one hand with incredible strength and using the other to open fire. This angel with black wings on the back of the car in the middle of a tropical depression, lightning's flashing behind you. You open fire on this escaping demon. Go ahead and make your roll. It's at minus. I'm not going to penalize you for anything else except for that it's just a high speed chase and in the rain. So
Yeah.
-2 dice.
Ooh, it's not gonna be good because I'm automatically getting -2 at long range. -4.
Yeah.
2, 3. Oh, that's all of the dice. So I think the minimum I can roll is a 2. I just rolled 2 dice here. Yeah,
Two.
I don't have a free reroll, and I didn't make any. I didn't even get a basic success.
Do you have you could do a standard reroll, right? Or oh no, you didn't get a basic
No, you
success.
need
You
a
don't get the option.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
Yeah. As you're opening fire, you as you're opening fire on this, he suddenly steers a bit off of the road as you see headlights from an oncoming vehicle headed in y'all's direction in the opposite lane. And he suddenly swerves like he's going to head straight towards that car. And you see him flip on the headlights. And as he does, you're opening fire. Now now your gunfire, if you shoot at him, you just kind of hold your hand, just not squeezing the trigger as he pulls into a line of sight where you would be shooting at somebody that's oncoming. But at the same moment, you watch him swerve violently to the left, which causes the car to swerve into y'all's lane up ahead. So there is an oncoming car. Y'all are, because of the failed roll of the last round, your speed is reduced back down to 1. So I'm marking down 1 box off of the chase for need. You need 8, you've got 1. Now we are in the reaction phase. So now he gets to go. And this is where I get to call on you to roll whatever I want. You guys get to pretty much pick. But here, I'm going to have, let's see, sudden turn. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to do, should I spend a point of adrenaline? By the way, I'm going to go ahead and say Ox points function is adrenaline for this.
Ooh, all right.
This game.
Oh, yeah.
So, nope, he doesn't have that. Robot barricade. Okay. Yeah, the car swerves in front of you, and as it does, Vanessa, you see it coming. You see the driver try to correct. He starts to slide on the road. Go ahead and react. This is going to be a nerves plus cool check.
Cool.
Critical success is required.
All right. And okay, so oh, never mind. I was gonna say I thought it was when a drive specific roll, but it is when driving is the roll. So I still get the free reroll.
Oh yeah, you still get the free reroll.
Oh,
Anytime you do
yeah.
anything with a car.
Sweet. Okay. 6.
What Green does with the analytical mind and a handgun, you do with a car. What's the mace does
Critical
with
and the
Green's face-
basic.
Yeah, you got a crit and a basic. So you actually get a bonus success here, which lets you get an effect because you've got a basic that you can spend. It'll actually let you, you know what? I tell you what, with that basic extra success, I will make it so that Zolfim does not have to roll to
Yeah.
stay on the hood of the car as you swerve violently. However, you are going to save your car. I was about to rip a piece of armor off of your car because you only get 3 hit points in your vehicle. In this case, though, just as you are,
I
just
also have an
as you-
ability called Get Down, which me and another hero hide and dodge bullets or a car without rolls, so I could extend that to Zolfim
Well,
up top.
well,
I also have get down. So.
that's
Oh,
not
yay,
while you're,
nice.
that's not while you're in a car. That's to get out of the way of an oncoming car. So if you were on your feet and there was a car that was trying to run you over, you could get down and just throw
Oh,
somebody.
I got it.
Yeah. So all right.
Good.
You swerve violently to the right and then correct, like right out of need for the speed. You just kind of slide a little bit and then recorrect again, and you're back on him. You didn't lose anything from that. You're still on his tail. That is going to be his reaction for the round. And I did spend a point of adrenaline to enact that. So let me subtract that from our guy. Okay. So with that, it is now y'all's turn again.
Okay, so you
This is
said
round
we get
2.
4 rounds to
Yes,
catch
you
up.
can see the town of Leon Springs
Bingo.
up ahead as he's about to make the barrier of the town.
All right, I'm gonna try to close the distance again. I'm gonna do a speed. I'm gonna do a whatever I did last time.
Jake, put that in the disposable chat because everyone's because that's an excellent thing to remind everybody, and
Yep.
everyone's in the dice.
Yep.
But also remind Sam because Sam's not in the channel.
I'm in the channel. I'm just rolling in the
Oh,
alphabet
okay.
instead.
So yeah, whatever y'all want to do, whoever would like to go.
I'm gonna guess closer.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Critical and a basic.
Are you're basically just trying to speed up and get closer?
Yep.
Okay, so you make a driving check, critical and a basic. That's going to increase your speed. Oh, but you got a basic as well.
Mhm.
So hold up, because that actually might increase your speed even more. If you let's see, here's one ride. When a hero's rules, yeah. If you score a critical success, your speed increases by 1. Impossible hero. Nope, just by 1 then. That's fine. Okay, so your speed goes back up to 2. So at the end of this round, if you haven't lost any speed, you'll mark down 2 boxes. Y'all are falling behind. You're gonna have to try to catch up to this guy, slow him down somehow. It is now whoever's turn wants to take it.
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna do what I just told everyone else to do, which is I'm gonna use my spotlight in this situation.
Spotlight time.
Yes.
Dropping a spotlight. So you have up to 3.
Everyone starts with 1.
You can have up to 3 at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody who's watching at home, spotlights are, remember, Outgunned is a cinematic role playing. So this is a movie you're watching. And right now, one of the main characters of the B.P.R.D agents is getting the spotlight. So what this means is right now, Jake can just give himself an extreme success on something. You can save a friend's life. You can remove a condition. You can save your ride if it was about to be destroyed. Or you can kind of do whatever you want that I don't veto. You can't just pull Godzilla out of your pocket and throw it like a fastball. Yeah.
I mean, you can if you're not a coward.
True.
So
All
Ray is going to, instead of just head out the window, he is going to pull himself up, sit his butt on the window, holding on to the side with gun out, and he's going to just focus, and I'm going to use it for an extreme success on shooting the bike.
Okay. The automatic extreme success. So in a chasing, automatic extreme success, attacking the bike, that is going to, first of all, that's going to increase your speed by 2, which means you guys get up. Y'all are at speed 4 now.
I'm on the edge, so don't crash. Okay. I'm literally outside of the vehicle. So please.
When have I ever crashed a car with you in it? Come on.
I
Don't
turn
insult
around.
me.
Zolfim turns around, screams, couldn't realize that Ray was there, and I can kick Ray in the face.
Yeah, you basically pull that Turkish marksman at the Olympics. Where you just sit there and just aim. Just take your time. No distractions. Seeing through the drops of rain. If you can imagine this in a film, it's like a few moments where you can just hear the the sound of rain, like crystals against glass as they impact against the chrome of your gun. You aim down the sights. Everything around you kind of goes still for a moment as we bullet time, and you find your mark and hold your breath and gently squeeze the trigger. Single bullet, pop! You see it spark on the back of the bike. You guys just did a lot of damage to that bike. Point. Yep. So black smoke starts to emit from the back of the bike.
Oh yeah.
All right. So right now y'all are at speed 4. You're getting up on this guy's grill. So let's find out how the rest of the round goes. When the round ends, where you are speed wise is calculated in. When you hit 8, it means you've caught up to him. So who would like to go next?
I can go. I'm going to like go for one of those shoot a pole so it falls over to force the swerve. I want him to have to slow down so we can catch up more easily. Plus, that is a stationary target that's easier to hit.
Okay. Bad. 3 boxes. Regional. Okay. Giving them ride. Yep. Okay. Sweet.
And I'm going to throw an adrenaline into it because penalties suck and it's still rainy. So, okay, there's a crit. We like those.
Yes, crits are particularly handy right about now.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll take my free roll, see if we can. Nope, stays a crit. Yep, 1 crit.
Okay, crit. So you are attempting to create an obstacle. Were you doing something specific, or you just narrow? Okay, cool. So
yeah, I shoot a sapling. It falls over onto the road. Dirt bike. Screw.
Okay, we'll say you see up ahead what looks like a not uncommon sight, a tractor that has been parked on the side of the road. Farmers do this sometimes where they just kind of leave their tractors off to the side of the road, locked up and secure, and come get them later. In this case, there's a tractor on the side of the road that looks like the trailer behind it is tilted slightly into the mud. And on the back of that trailer is a bale of hay. You aim for the tire that's still holding up that side of the trailer. Seeing what your fellow agent did, you glance over there and decide to use the environment on your behalf. You open fire and hit that tire. The tire bursts. As that motorcycle is approaching it, the bale of hay just slowly rolls and then just rolls out into the middle of the road. And he slams on the brakes with a critical success with crit. That's going to give you guys, that's going to increase your speed by an additional 2. Okay.
Hey.
So 2 things about this, because you are now at max speed. So things have just gotten really dangerous. But it also means you just made up for every inch of lost ground. So was that the last roll for the turn, right? For you guys?
No,
Okay.
it's me next.
Oh, you're next? Okay, so here's where we are.
Yeah.
When heroes reach speed 5, it means you're going really fast. And from now on, all action rolls are made, all action rolls made by the driver are considered gambles. And that's in section 3, impending danger. But y'all are at speed 6. At speed 6, the heroes have reached top speed. It's getting harder to keep control of the ride. The driving at top speed, the driver now suffers -1 to all of the rolls unless you can rely on full throttle feet, obviously. In this case, at speed 6, I'm also going to add the penalty of the environment because it's raining. So moving forward, you are at -2 on all your driving checks, and you have every roll you make as a driver is gambling. So, but let's see how, who knows? Because if the round ends and you guys lose points of speed, you won't have to worry about that. Let's see how this goes.
I don't know what I can do at this moment. I think
there is black smoke coming out of the back of the bike. It's taken some damage, mostly because of Green shooting the thing up and also Ray shooting the thing up.
Yeah, I don't shoot. I'm very much up close and personal, so I can't do much at the
Okay.
moment, at least at long range. What actions can I make? You know what? Why not? I'm going to yell over the sound of the pouring rain, the revving of the engines, in whatever language that we share. I think so. Not English, or I won't. If there's a shared or somewhat similar language that demons and angels speak.
Depending on what you read, like Enochian is often referenced in the mythologies when it comes to that. But that's assuming that it's all from a single source. In truth, angels and demons kind of have their own languages that religious figures of different faiths like to believe they understand, but you speak it, you'll
French.
understand it. It's
French. The language of the demons
Is
is
that
French.
divine and infernal, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to yell across. There is nowhere to run or hide. We are not the only ones chasing you down. And I want to scare them. I want to put them off. I want to make them think that there's more than just us after them right now.
Okay. So you're gonna try to unnerve him?
Yes.
Okay. What ability do you have to do that?
I don't have an ability. I was gonna roll smooth and speech. And roll for that. I have no physical way to slow them down, so I want to make them skittish if I can.
You can, and because he's infernal, he has -1 against you. So
Holy creatures.
that means it's going to be easier. Well, that's for reaction rolls. This means you get a +1 die.
I get a +1. Yeah.
Yeah. You get a +1 to your die to your roll.
Okay.
Yup.
I'll say Angel Azrael is on their way and they're bringing others.
Dropping names, huh? All right.
Name dropping so tacky, but in this case, we'll allow it.
That's all I can do. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Basic success.
Basic success is not going to do it.
I'm gonna risk re-rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna a reroll I spend adrenaline to reroll. Is that right?
Yeah, you can everyone gets a free reroll. Everyone gets to reroll once. Free rerolls are different.
Okay, cool. So everyone gets okay, yeah. I'll do a reroll.
Oh, you lost your basic success. Yeah, he doesn't respond. It's probably because the hunger is driving him so that he is not afraid. But he doesn't seem to react to you. You're certain he heard you though.
That'll be my turn. And we lose speed.
It also means, I was going to say, because you failed the roll, it means y'all are going to lose speed. You're going to lose 1 speed. So y'all drop, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So at the end of this turn, y'all went down to 5. So, oh my goodness, that was the end of the second round. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That round went very well. Y'all are up. Y'all are right behind him right now. Y'all are about to catch him. Okay, it's going to be his action now, so he's going to get to react. Yeah, he is going to attempt to lose you. So he speeds off the road, and I'm going to need you to make your driving check as a reaction. So this is all on you.
Okay.
Vanessa, keep in mind you're no longer at -2.
At 5, is that come into play at 5 or at 6?
So there's 2 penalties. There's one at 5 and one at 6. But the vicious, it starts at 5. So at 5, basically, what that means is right now, everything you do, every roll you make, is considered a gamble.
Okay, which means Snake Eyes, I lose grit.
Yeah, it means which in this case, that's going to be the vehicle taking damage.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
So in this case, the vehicle could. I mean, if the car blows up, you all are in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But still, but that's cool. That's
yeah.
cool.
So the vehicle will take damage if you roll any basics. So yeah, gambling. Basically, it says make your roll and re-rolls afterwards. Look at the dice. For every snake eye you roll, you lose 1 grit. The
Cool.
roll becomes a
Okay.
gambling event. Yeah. So you were at -1 die because of the rain.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
That's
Don't
okay.
ignore that.
Yeah, just don't. You don't get penalized because you're not at speed 6 anymore, but you are getting penalized still for the rain.
1 critical.
1 crit. You are going to succeed as he tries to lose you. He steers off the dirt road. You see what's happening at the last possible second, Zolfim. You clamp down hard on the top of the,
Hang on.
of the truck. Everybody that's leaning out of the windows grabs hold of the side of the car, and you swerve violently and steer right off the road. The car just, you guys hit hard. Mud and grass explode over the top of the car as you cut through a sheet of rain. He is on a dirt bike as you see him kicking up mud as he races across a field towards town. But he doesn't lose you. You stay on him the whole time. That is going to bring an end to round number 2. We are now starting round number 3, and it's not looking good for him. He's only got 2 more squares before y'all have caught up to him. So, action round, y'all begin. Who would like to go?
It should be Caitlin. Caitlin, we gotta get you do something before the penalty kicks in.
I'm trying. Okay. Okay. To spend a spotlight,
Mhm.
you get 1. You don't have to have 6 adrenaline.
You start with 1.
Start with
Start
the
with
1.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can get them back from doing wicked cool stuff. And
Okay.
oh, by the way, Jake, you spent a spotlight. Flip a coin. You got to flip a
Oh,
coin.
yeah.
If you get tails, you get your spotlight back.
Whoa.
Like I have a coin sitting at my desk. Hold on.
I got one. Would you like me to roll?
Flip it for me,
Flip
please.
this for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. I might be a fan. Oops. And I dropped it.
Sam's like, I don't know what that logo was.
No, I don't.
It is a hand holding a sword in a circle. It's the logo of the B.P.R.D.
Oh. Yeah, how was I going to get that by looking at it? Lots of hands hold lots of swords.
You get your spotlight back.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep, you got your spotlight back. Okay, so you immediately regain your spotlight.
Caitlin, do it. Use it.
I have an idea.
Ask your idea.
I would like to use my spotlight not for a driving task, but for the mind task, for a mind task.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you want me to describe the scene I'm picturing first, or do you want me to tell you what I'm thinking?
So you have to spend a point of adrenaline, which you can do still.
Yes, I
to
will.
activate the power, and then the
Mhm.
spotlight gives you an automatic extreme success, which means you can pretty much describe to me what you're doing because that's way over his difficulty.
Okay. So I'm going to spend an adrenaline.
Okay.
And I think as we're getting into off-road, it's getting scarier. We're getting faster, and I know how to drive. I know at a certain point it's going to start getting harder for me and for my friends to like keep doing what we're doing. So we need, as much as I love driving, we gotta end this before it gets bad. And so I think Vanessa has like a one of those like slow-mo around you moments, like deep breath, hands, tightening on the wheel. You hear the
Mhm.
leather crack a little bit. And she's already felt his mind. So she's prepared for it this time, that hunger.
Yeah.
And she's going to try to bypass it. And the way that this is written, gain access to mind and influence. And the influence I would like to instill over is pull over, buddy. I would like to influence him to hit the brakes.
With extreme success, he cannot stop you.
I'm pulling on that hunger like a leash. Like you are I've got you right now. I know it doesn't last for long, but if I just need to last long enough.
You brave taking your focus off the road for a split second and look beyond the windshield that is covered in spattered rain. It's obfuscating your vision and challenging you to drive this car through an open, slippery field of mud and grass. Sound around you begins to dim a little bit, and you almost get tunnel vision as you focus on the figure that is getting closer in front of your bumper up ahead. The raincoat is just flapping behind this shirtless man as he's racing on this crummy dirt bike, mud spattering occasionally across the windshield wipers. You don't see that anymore, though. The rain seems to vanish for a second. The fields around you vanish for a moment. And instead, replacing the landscape to your left, your right, above and below, you touch the astral plane, and your mind reaches out and connects with his. And again, you're touching the mind of an infernal creature, ancient beyond reckoning, but still has a mind, and that's your playground.
And guess what? He's driving a vehicle.
As he is smiling to himself, his expression begins to slowly fall away for a second, and his brow furrows as he's trying to understand his impulse suddenly. Doesn't really get the opportunity to reflect very deeply on that impulse as he decides to follow it. In that instant, slams on the brake to his bike.
If you'll allow, I'll roll for it if you'd like, but I would like to basically come to a screeching halt where he's going here and screeching halt in like brake spin in front. So we're
I would say you could certainly position yourself. He's about to be thrown.
Oh, okay, that's great too.
He is at max speed. He's like racing this dirt bike at top speed in this wet field, and he just decided to slam on the brake.
Okay,
It's
cool. Yeah, he
bent.
goes.
You told him to stop.
Then
So,
I want to end up part like screeching to stop in front of where he lands, basically. Then.
so basically, what happens is he slams on the brake. When that happens, his bike front wheel and the back wheel begin to cartwheel. You see him just tumble end over end. It gets vicious quickly. The first two flips, the mud, the grass that explodes everywhere, the bike flipping out. You see the body of this gentleman go flying off in one of the other directions, hitting the grass and rolling violently to the ground at incredible speed, sliding across the grass. The bike does a couple of more side flips, end over end over end over end. And when it finally comes to a rest, the front bars, the wheel, and everything is completely burnt out, bent to hell. Column of smoke is drifting out from the engine. That would have probably broken every bone in the body of a normal human. He comes sliding to a halt. You race past him and slam on the brakes and drift around to the side and cut him off as the entire group, all the agents now see that you are stopped in this empty field with lightning and rain crashing down around to all of you. The chase is done. You are no longer in a chase scene.
I open the door and puke into the dirt.
You throw open the door and immediately drop down to your knees and throw up.
Yeah.
I hop off the car and then immediately moving towards this demon.
Yeah, I'm jumping out the window and I'm right next to you.
Okay. What are you doing, Green?
After ensuring that our driver is not at immediate risk of demise, I will follow suit because I am wearing a suit.
You round the front of the car and just take down to one knee to give a good look at Vanessa to make sure she's okay. She looks up at you and gives you the thumbs up as she's wiping her face. Easy to
Aren't
do.
you happy you didn't have beer?
Sorry, what was that?
I said, aren't you happy you didn't have beer?
It was for later. It was for like, oh, deal with the.
The three of you stand in front of the demon as he's picking himself up. You see he looks quite torn up. You can tell just from looking at him, Zolfin, that he is not at full strength. As he stands, he takes a moment to straighten himself, but as he does, he looks quite average. The only thing that's unusual that you don't see normally on a person, aside from the fact that he's just wearing a raincoat and soiled sweats that he probably dug out of a dumpster, is he looks completely hairless. Doesn't look like he has any hair on his body whatsoever, but his eyes. The eyes are a tell. In this case, the eyes look sunken and absolutely bloodshot, like they are filled with gorish blood that probably does not belong to him. And he straightens up, and in the language of Infernal, says, "Brother." And when he murmurs that, it's not a voice, but literally the sound of thousands of mosquitoes inside of his throat buzzing out and vocalizing. You can hear it almost just sounds like this bizarre auditory effect through the rain.
There's no use running. We both agree on that.
He nods. No
Handcuffed
sense in
anyway.
running. Plenty of blood right here.
We don't have to fight. There's no need to fight.
You are so young.
I look over my shoulder at the others, shake my head, and I'll raise my two fists.
He pulls the raincoat back and draws a wicked-looking dagger, instantly showing you the mace that you have on your side. This is his counter to this. The dagger looks like it's about maybe close to about 2 feet. So it's almost a short sword as he just pulls it out. And it looks like it is triangularly bladed. Like it's some kind of weird warping of an old Tibetan blade of some kind. It doesn't look like anything you would see here being sold at like a cutlery store. And he pulls it out. You already know that it's an infernal blade of some kind. And that you and your siblings have the ability to call upon angelic and infernal weapons when you need them. A signature weapon of yours is your mace hanging off the side. But as you pull it out, the danger is quite real as he levels it off to his side. He looks ready as he extends his arms outward.
I'll just staring at this creature. I'll say to Agent Green, is it part of protocol to throw the first punch?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to launch myself at.
There are
at
two
them.
things the B.P.R.D highly encourages you punching the shit out of the moment you meet them. Demons that are trying to kill people and Nazis. Punch them both. Don't ask questions.
That sounded redundant.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, twice.
All right, y'all are in combat. You rush forward at this thing. He rushes towards you. Your wings extend outwards. Nasty looking demon wings begin to rip out from the behind of his back and extend outwards, and y'all are in a fight. You get to go first, though. Y'all are the heroes, and you initiated the combat, which means the initiative goes straight to you. However, this is technically a brawl. Y'all are in melee combat because you are wielding a mace and he's wielding a dagger. Now,
I'm
everybody
not
else,
a mace. A mace is when I'm going easy. I'm using my fist.
using your fist. He's using a dagger. Okay, so y'all are in melee fight. Now, this does not necessarily apply to the rest of you who have got shiny guns on you that take care of this. However, in this particular case, the way this works is during a brawl, all rolls are action rolls. There's not heroes don't take reaction turns. It's only action turns right now. And your attacking him determines whether or not he gets hit or you get hit.
Makes sense.
So go ahead and make your roll. It is going to be you need a critical success to hit him.
Okay. So brawn and fight make sense for this. As I launch myself at them, I think I literally launched myself at them. I'm going to use flying kick.
So sorry.
Oh,
so sorry. I misread this. I thought it meant that he got. Never mind. He has double difficulty. When you're in brawl against an enemy with an attack score of 2 basic or 2 critical, you risk losing twice the grit. I see.
Ooh.
So the good news is that if it only takes you 1 success to deal them 1 grit, but if he hits you, you lose 2. So if you fail rolls, you're taking 2 grit damage if he hits you.
That's perfect. That's fine. That's fine with me. Yeah, I'm gonna go use flying kick. And I think before they even
Nice.
get into close range, I get almost down on all fours and launch myself, one wing spreading out to kind of help me glide as I slam
Nice.
into them.
Now we got some
I'll
helping fighting
spend
happening. Okay,
I'll
remember, you
spend
get +1 die because he's infernal and
Yeah.
you're angelic.
I'm rolling 7 die here.
Nice.
Jesus. It's ouch time.
Okay, and is there anything I can add to help me here? I don't think so.
As we get into this combat, I do just want to let you all know I am opening the door for me to also spend ox points for adrenaline. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
this pool that is going to be made available to me as well.
Okay. And I have the ability martial arts. Gain a free reroll for all actions and reactions when fighting unarmed.
Oh boy.
I got 2 criticals as I slam.
2
into-
criticals?
Yeah.
2 crits? Okay, there are special rules if you land 2 crits. That wow. Okay, yeah. 3, so 1, 2, smaller success. So yeah, okay, great. I can grant you significant advantage for that. 2 crits is no joke. Okay, so slamming into him with your fist. All right, so he's gonna take that grit damage. Critical with a critical success, you're gonna get an additional attack.
Perfect. I'll go for another swing. As I slam into them with a fist, I follow through with almost like a almost like a roundhouse kick, using the momentum that I flung myself with to go for another strike. So do I roll again, or does that just count as a hit? I can't remember.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I would say you get to roll it again. You gotta have to roll this one again. You get a second attack on this guy.
Crit and a basic.
Crit and a.
And I have a free reroll. So I'm going to
Yes!
use my free reroll.
Okay, use your free
Again,
reroll.
Nope, just a crit and a basic.
But with the basic, you actually get a free reaction to. But all rolls the action rolls here, so never mind. In that case, yeah. So then you get an additional crit. So you're going to hit him again.
With a roundhouse kick to the side of the face.
Yeah, he may have misunderstood what young meant. He thought young meant he could just take you apart and you didn't know the way things were. But as he rushes up on you, he begins to realize that you might be a member of the choir of angel that specializes in killing things like him and sending him back to hell. Yeah, you easily duck the blade. The roundhouse kick to the side of his face causes a snapping sound that you're not sure if that was bone or if it was the sound of thousands of bugs splatting in the inside of his mouth. But as his head snaps back, he takes a stab at you with rage filling his eyes. And as he does, you immediately slip out of the way and deliver a sharp punch. And you basically, yeah, you go full Neo on him right here. As you watch the angel just start spinning around the demon and slamming into him repeatedly with punches and kicks. That's your action. It is now anybody else's action who would like to go.
I'm gonna spend my turn saying, "Ooh, get, get."
I think you probably noticed. You see them like going from like a kick that looks like from something from Taekwondo, and then suddenly the next thing they do is something from like Jiu-Jitsu. They seem to be like mixing and matching different fighting styles, as if they either are a master of all of them or somehow self-taught and just don't know a standard fighting style.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm literally going to spend my turn saying, if I see one mosquito, I'm gonna shoot you in the kneecaps. But
Gain an adrenaline for that. Who would like to go next?
I would like to spend my spotlight.
Okay, here
Ooh.
it comes.
Because I always have the full kit required of any agent.
Yes.
That includes handcuffs. So I'd like to, as they're fighting, take in a moment of opportunity, grab one wrist and knock into the shoulder on that side to get his torso turned toward me, grab the other wrist and cuff him.
Okay. That's an item that was already in your inventory, and spinning the spotlight gives you an extreme success. He cannot stop that from happening.
By the book.
While like
Slammed.
like birds and like spinning around his head with all of the kicks that just got dealt.
Okay. So in an extraordinary display of synchronicity with the angel fighting this demon, you slip in there and deliver the elbow strike, getting both wrists where you need them and slap the handcuffs on. Those things latch onto his wrists. He's still holding the dagger in his hand, but both of those, I'm guessing, behind his back.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. So he looks at you a little shocked at what just happened. Didn't even know you were there. As he whirls around, his eyes widen a little bit.
Protocol.
Whose action is next?
So I don't fight. I drive. And I do things in my car, such as opening up the evidence bag to check out that book. It summoned him. There's got to be a way to like rebind him back. So I've got my phone out to one of those like company issued like translator, like camera translators, and I'm like skimming. Like I'm like half in the car, half in the front seat, like kind of looking every once in a while, and then just like skimming through the pages, like, okay, come on, I've got such bad service out here. Okay, here we go, we're back.
Yeah, as the music
And,
is like the action music pauses for a second as it cuts to you behind the car, just like, okay, let's see. Was it page 14?
Binding. Yes. Okay. I don't need to know his favorite food. That doesn't bother me. Okay, come on, keep going. Yeah, that's what I'm doing in the car right now.
Yep. So on your turn, that's what's happening. That's gonna be the end of the round. Again, all actions are actions. All actions are action. There are no reactions this round. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah, Newton's third law doesn't apply. Got it.
Yeah. So, one sec. Yeah, Newton's third law doesn't apply. 1 second. Roll the enemy's attack. The land of the blow. Run. You actually see. Okay, cool. So, that is going to be actually the end of the round. That's going to wrap up the end of the round. However, I'm going to spend a point of adrenaline at the end of the round and activate a supernatural ability that he has called Reposition, which is actually in the same category of otherworldly abilities that our fellow fallen angel has at their disposal. But in this case, the way it reads is Reposition. I can spin this. This is in the feat section for enemies. And it reads, after losing any amount of grit, the enemy dissolves into a puff of smoke, a flash of light, or teleporting a short distance. He is going to explode into a fog of insects. A cloud erupts from his mouth as all of the mosquitoes erupt out of his body, and his body basically disintegrates into those mosquitoes themselves. And you see immediately afterwards, by the way, oh, Sam, I forgot to tell you, I flipped, but I didn't tell you, you get your spotlight back.
I guess I got that going for me.
But he uses, he's going to use a special action, and the next hero to attack him is going to suffer a -1 to their strike as he reforms a few moments away. He did have to burn an adrenaline for that, though, and that is a finite resource. Kind of like those auto saves in D&D that make everyone want to just rip their hair out.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendary actions. Roll saving throw. Nope, I don't have to. So he's going to reconstitute it. That is going to be the start of the next round. In the middle of this field as lightning strikes in the background. Whoever would like to go may go.
I'll go. I'll go after them again. The moment they do they reform, or is they
yes,
still
he's reconstituted. He can only do it for a very short distance, and it's expensive. He doesn't get to regenerate his.
And it sounded like Eric said that the next person to attack has like some sort of disadvantage.
Whoever attacks next has a -1 die to the roll.
Yeah, but I already get a +1, so just levels out to
there you
0. So I'm gonna launch myself at them again.
Yep.
Are they within melee? Would I have?
Oh yeah,
I guess
they're still here.
Are they still?
They just kind of hopped away to try to get out of the handcuffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike them again. As I go for another. I think I go for almost like a grapple, as if I'm trying to grab them and then slam them.
You're gonna go full on wrestling move.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think
you pull a Captain America.
Everything.
Yeah, it's like a move out of Winter Soldier. You grab him by the waist and try to basically suplex him.
2 basics. I'm
2
gonna use my free
basics.
reroll.
Yeah, you can do a reroll.
I got an extreme.
You got an extreme.
I got an
success.
extreme and 1 basic. As I
So the
grabbed them
bad
around the
news-
wrist and suplexed them.
The bad news is he's able to slip out of the handcuffs after a really rad, impressive move. The good news, though, is his teleporting a few seconds away to get away from Green's handcuffs. You knew exactly where he was about to reappear, and it set him up for a mountain of pain. And you grab him by around. God. So truly demanding action. So extreme. So I'm gonna say that does an extra point of damage to him because you're suplexing him.
Yeah.
Also, with the basic success, you could use a quick action to retrieve the handcuffs if you needed to. But he is going to take he's going to take some punishment from that one.
I'll retrieve the handcuffs as Agent Green is my, whether they know it or not, my role model, and I saw that they were like, handcuffs is necessary in this moment, so they go, okay, handcuffs are necessary.
If this guy didn't have some bullshit tactics up his sleeve, Agent Green would have just ended the fight, but unfortunately, demons known for cheating. Yep.
Grab them by the waist and suplex them.
Yeah, you suplex him back into the mud, and the impact, you can hear the slapping sound of flesh against mud as he goes, "Pap!" You see his legs comically spin over the top of his body. As you release him, he hits the ground on his stomach and immediately, with inhuman endurance, rises up again.
I've suddenly shifted into almost like a sumo wrestler style stance now.
Nice.
As again, I just seem to be bouncing between fighting styles.
All right, who would like to go next?
I'll go next. And I sigh because I saw a mosquito and I said,
"Motherfucker, I warned you."
Very clear.
So I would like to walk up and get as close. I aim for his kneecap. I have a question. Is there a limit on how many adrenaline you can spend in a single?
That is a great question. Let me double check. Adrenaline is on page 14 of the core book.
Because I know there's like some kind of action economy.
Adrenaline is on. Let's see. One of the good guys. What? It's not on page 14. That thing is lying.
Liar.
It lied. She lied. She lied to us.
Lying liar who lied.
Adrenaline is on page. Oh nope, that's an adventure. I'll give an adrenaline point to whoever finds it first.
74.
Get a point of adrenaline. Nicely done.
74.
It says yes, you can spend more than once. It says spend 1 to gain a +1. You can spend you can spend your adrenaline to gain several advantages. Heroes live at razor's edge when you get to against all odds.
So
you're the center. Reward you with adrenaline. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, of course.
Adrenaline. It actually doesn't specify. I don't see why not. If you guys want to blow adrenaline to get additional dice, I'm gonna let you do it.
Yeah. So I'm going to shoot my gun at his knee, and I really want to make sure it hits. So I'm going to spend 2 adrenaline to give me 2 extra dice. So I'll be rolling 8 die.
8 die. Okay.
Let's see. An extreme and 2 basics.
Good Lord. Okay, I'm gonna have that do 2 extra points of damage. Actually, I think you get to decide what that does, right? Because you kind of, or does it say the GM gets to?
I'm trying to figure out.
The director can grant you the spotlight reward. Let's see. When you roll an extreme success, it says greater success. The director can grant you considerable advantage. Additional successes can be spent for extra actions. I tell you what. I'll give you extra damage, and you can burn those 2 basic successes to gain 1 more attack if you want. I'll let you have, since you got 2 basics.
1 for each knee.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the other knee. But that's just a normal 6.
3 small
So
right. Okay.
That is going to be 2 basics for the second shot.
2 basics. All right, that's not going to do it, but at least
Don't you have a free?
Oh, I do have a free reroll.
There you go.
there you go.
2 basics.
2 basics. You basic.
Basic. I'm double basic. 2 basics.
All right. So that first shot, however, you were shooting at his knees.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't want to be that person.
Oh yeah, please. No, correct. Because it's a new
But
system. So please do.
yes,
Yeah.
when you're shooting an enemy and a friend is in melee range,
Uh-oh.
it's actually a gamble.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a gamble.
I'm willing to.
I don't know if
to
that's
take
changed
it.
anything,
I'm willing to
but
take
it
it.
is a gamble.
What's that Lord Farquaad quote where he's like, "Some of you may die, but that is a risk I'm willing to
I'm
take."
willing to take.
That's on
Speech.
page 125. I don't know if it changed
125?
anything, so you did roll like ridiculous.
Two
So I don't
snake
know.
eyes.
I
It
don't
gets
see
two
nothing.
snake eyes on the first one with the extreme.
What I'm curious is Snake Eyes.
Okay,
is it
Snake Eyes.
literally.
It's a literal icon, yeah. that
Yes.
they
Yeah.
say.
Oh.
Which on the first one I did get 2 of them.
That's what. Yeah. Not on the second, which is
You
impressive.
did, but you didn't get one on the second one.
Mhm.
So you did get. Okay, so it looks like you are going to do damage to because you rolled the Snake Eyes, so it's a gamble.
Yeah, so I take
Sounds like
2
it.
damage.
You
Basically.
take 2 grit damage.
Yeah, as the first shot.
Bone shattering just flies out and hits you. You know.
No, what happens is the first shot hits. When the second round squeezes off, the demon with extraordinary speed basically responds by grabbing hold of Zulfam and using him as cover for the second shot. And thrusts and completely blocks your line of sight. So that way it's not you shooting your friend. It's literally the demon throwing. You feel this sharp, agonizing pain in your knee as one of the gunshots goes off and hits you in the leg. Yep. The combat keeps moving. So who's next?
All respect to our angelic compatriot, but there is a knee with excessive structural integrity. So
I can take some hits. Give it to me.
What are you doing?
I'm solving that problem of the knee with the
Shooting the
structural
other knee.
integrity.
I used to be a demon, but then I took a Sam to the knee.
You know,
And also a Jake.
And also,
I'm throwing an adrenaline into it.
okay. This is going to be painful. Are you using your gun?
Yes, that I've personally found that to be the best to shoot someone with. But if I'm open to alternatives, if you're recommending anything.
This is reminding me of a smartass remark that was made in that movie True Grit.
And that
I
would
always
be
walk backwards when I'm backing up. You rolled a crit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. No ones.
No
right?
snake eyes?
I'm sorry?
No snake eyes?
No.
No snake eyes. Okay. A crit is going to hit, so that's going to do another.
This is why Zofia. This is why Agent Green is Zofia's role model.
You can punish that leg. If this was a mortal, this fight again would have been over now. You see the leg buckle as he drops down to one knee and he utters something, spitting it out. You see a cloud of mosquitoes hitting the rain. You guys don't understand it, but you get the gist. It is some pretty vicious swear words coming out as his knee basically explodes under the assault of a bullet, smashing through it. However, miraculously, still using it as he manages to wobble and get back up to his feet to engage. I just realized that second attack roll failed, didn't it, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're taking damage.
Okay. Come at me.
Yeah. So as you squeezed off that round, he threw the dagger in response. Or actually, no, because you're not in melee, so it doesn't work like that. You're using ranged attack, so he's going to get an action against the ranged combatants at the end of this round. That's how that would work. Okay, so then no, never mind. You still have to make a reaction roll. So his knee buckles, he drops down, and he's going to pull himself back up. I think that's your
Smash
turn,
cut.
Vanessa? Yeah.
Smash cut to the car. Have
Smash
I
cut to the
found
car?
anything about rebinding? I'm like scanning.
If you want to do
rebinding
something,
him.
remember, it's super vital. You
Yeah.
roll. If you
I
want to do
roll.
something, you got to roll for it.
Okay.
So
Okay,
call for the
okay.
roll and pick what. So
Let's see.
So you get to choose what you're rolling. And just keep in
Well-
mind, you've got to pick that cheat sheet that I sent that has brawn, nerve, smooth, and focus,
Mhm.
and crime. So you can
Mhm.
use any of those and decide which attribute and skill you would like to roll.
Okay, so pitch.
And keep in mind, I'm just going to throw this at you as you're about to make your pitch. This is the final action of the session tonight because
Oh,
it's
God.
9 o'clock. So
Oh,
make
God,
it a good
okay.
one.
Okay. Pitch.
Yeah.
This is a really intense, like crazy rain. There's literal combat with a demon happening 10 feet
Yep.
behind me.
Yep.
I'm trying to stay focused and stay in this and like find what I'm looking for, despite the comedy I'm pitching this as in the smash cut. Would nerves cool help me here?
Nerves cool. So cool is keeping
Yeah.
your killed and showing your courage. Nerves, yes.
Like staying cool under pressure,
Yes.
under like a outlandish circumstances.
The reason why I would say yes is because you detailed that you were using your phone as a reference. You're not like trying to make a lore check here. You're literally calling
no,
upon the database, and you're just trying to keep it cool while you do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the action music for this scene is hold on. Yes, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay.
What exactly are you trying to do?
I'm looking for. So I found this. We found this book. This book we know summoned this guy. Theoretically, maybe there's a section in the back that talks about rebinding him back to the book.
Okay. So you're rolling to see if you can find that now.
Yes.
All right. Because you decided to use your previous action to do this, I'm going to give you a +1 to the die roll.
Yeah, cool.
I'm also going to say that the action, the song for this scene is 100-Pound Hammer by Jason Charles Miller.
Yeah, awesome.
I mean, he did just come into chat. So
is this rockin' fight? Is this fight in the midst of a tropical storm with lightning flashing in the background as y'all are fighting in the middle of this field in East Texas with a fallen angel, a demon, and 3 agents of the B.P.R.D? Go ahead and make your roll.
Crucially, poker dealer visor.
Right?
Eyes slowly coming back from purple because of that really intense thing.
Yeah.
That you did earlier. Let's see if we can pull this off.
Nobody has spent ox points. I swear to God, next session I'm burning ox points like wow.
Critical and a basic.
The environment.
Critical and a basic. Critical and a basic. Critical and a
Critical and a
basic.
basic.
Yeah.
You open up the final page, and as you're reading through the translator on your phone, you see there is a rebinding spell back here. However, as with most dark sorcery, there is a cost.
Ooh.
There is a cost to doing business. If you want to send this demon back to hell, it'll require that in which brought it here. It requires blood. And that is the only way to do this.
Does it also require skulls for the skull throne?
As you glance up and see the fight going, this demon has taken multiple shots from high caliber weaponry to its knees. It's been beaten, it's suplexed, handcuffed, it's been throwing down. And yet, as we cut here to the last moment, this demon hurls a dagger back at the agent that shot at him. You are going to have to make a reaction check here.
Okay.
Difficulty, it's a critical roll on this. So you need to roll against critical difficulty. You've got to get 3 successes. And I'm getting to pick what it is you have to roll because it's a reaction check.
Sure. Yep.
So you are going to have to make a, I'm almost certain this is going to be I'm going to make this an awareness and I'm going to make this an awareness and focus check.
Okay.
Two skills which are pretty good for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a total of 5 die.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, not bad.
All right.
The most lawful neutral DM.
1 basic.
1 basic.
Reroll?
I will.
You're gonna take some pain if you don't reroll.
Reroll.
I like to react
It
to
costs
this
you the
if I
basic,
can.
but it's worth.
All right.
I like to react to this if I can.
You won't be able to react to it until after the action, unfortunately, unless you've got an ability that lets you step into the middle of an action. Otherwise, you have to wait till the action resolves.
I don't know how it works then, because it feels like it's literally made for this. It's called
What
Get
is it?
Down. You and another hero quickly hide, dodge a hail of bullets, so avoid being run over without needing to roll the dice.
Does it say action or full action?
I think
It's full turn.
action.
Yeah, it's a full action, I believe.
So how would have that worked?
If you hadn't spent your action, you would have been able to do that.
Okay, so I've done that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I re-rolled and I got
Yeah.
nothing.
And you got nothing.
Lost the basic.
I'm going to spend that point of adrenaline.
Do it.
Thank you, Oxcrew. I'm going to spin that one. Get back and spin that. Yeah. So that is going to be you're going to take 2 points of grit damage. And you immediately feel, as it slams into you, you start feeling a bloodlust overtake you. As the dagger slams into you, it immediately explodes into mosquitoes and reforms in the demon's hands.
I hate
As the
mosquitoes.
insects swarm around you and clutch to the sides of your face, you start feeling a hunger overtake you. And suddenly, the demon and all of your fellow agents look really good. And that's where we're going to pause.
Ooh.
As vicious as it sounds, y'all are actually y'all are kind of kicking this thing's ass. Like it's
I
really
was rolling terribly at the chase, started saving the luck.
honestly, honestly, I gotta tell you, it was the multiple agents attacking the knee, and the suplex just really effed him up pretty hardcore. But you guys have absolutely cornered him. I mean, it's a fight to the death, but the he's holding his own. But the B.P.R.D's got control of the situation. If y'all can hold it, theoretically, next action could be somebody who shouldn't be casting magic sending this thing back to hell. Y'all, I think what that's going to mean is we will make this one shot a two-parter. Although I don't know that this is going to go into the horror genre any further. I think this has become an action kick the crap out of demon genre. So we will see you all next week for the second and final part of this Halloween one shot. And we're not going to be seeing you until after Halloween. So everybody, please go have a lovely Halloween. Everything is so fucking bleak. Just go have fun on Halloween. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Eat candy. Hug people. That kind of thing. We will see you back here next Monday night. Catch you then.